Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Third of Zone's NuWhoZone. We're here for Series 8, the season finale episode, Death in Heaven. Oh my God. Oh, I can't wait for this. I'm so excited. Anyway, I just finished, just literally jumped from one stream to the next. So we just finished the Doctor Dances. So it's kind of softened the blow a little bit because that was a great episode. So I suppose you can't have two great episodes on the same day, but there you go. Anyway, I've just been sent something interesting before we come on line. So apparently Shooty has been doing his research, and we're going to be discussing this during the week because we have an important stream tomorrow. So I'll have to delay it till probably Friday to talk about this. But Shooty, actually, just to tell you the episodes that he's actually watched. Right, so apparently he's thrown this up. I'll bring the panel on, and before we start the episode, I'll get their opinion on it because it's always nice to hear these things. So Shuey Gatwa reveals he's been given a Doctor Who starter pack by Russell T Davies. Gatwa says Russell's given me some DVDs to watch to get me in the mood. So far, I've watched the Santorin Experiment, Time Lash, and Blink. Time Lash is hands down my favourite. Now, this is the way Miss Whittaker should have conducted herself when she took on the role. This is what we like to hear. And this, to me, shows that this guy cares, and that's the main thing. He cares. He's doing the research, and now he's relayed the fans. Time Lash is his favourite now. I might necessarily agree with him on that one, but he's watching Doctor Who. He's watching Doctor Who. RTD has given him some research. What Chibnall should have done with Jodie. He's given Shooty, here you go, here's a starter pack. I want you to watch these Doctor Who stories. And at the same time, I guarantee, he hasn't said it there, but I guarantee you, RTD would have been saying to him, look at the way these different actors played the role, you know, and try get some inspiration from them. And then we can work on you putting your own take on the role. But I tell you, again, I'll read it again. Gatwa says Russell T Davies has given him a DVD. DVD is to watch a starter pack, right? So far, I've watched the Santorin Experiment, Time Lash, and Blink. Time Lash is hands down my favourite hashtag Doctor Who. And that's all we want to hear from the person that takes over the role, that they actually care. They're actually doing the research. And that's what he's done. That's what he's done. So well done, Shooty. I hope you have a blast watching past and present Who. Well, when I say present Who, I mean new Who. And you gain a vast knowledge of stuff that will help you perfect your Doctor. So I think that is nice, and I think that was a nice way to start this stream, even though we are here for a watch along. But I thought that was lovely. And it shows me that he cares. But let's waste no time on bringing on our panelists. I don't know what's happening with the other two lads at the moment. I have sent them their emails and told them that we are streaming. But Lee has read his, so I'm pretty sure he'll pop in. Real Super Doctor is still being kind of busy. If he sees it, if he's available, he'll pop in as well. But we got 2 panelists waiting in their wings. So without further ado, I'll bring them on. So we got the one and only royalty on the channel as usual. It's the one and only Queen Charlotte.
Hello, everybody, and it's good to hear research is happening.
Exactly, that's the way it should be. And our next guest is PD Rich.
Research? What kind of sorcery is this?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. Look, he's gone. He's doing the research.
Yeah.
The RTD is giving him a starter pack. Here's some Doctor Who episodes. Go and watch them. And now he's reported back to the fandom.
Yeah.
And that's
yeah. But here's what I think. It's more than just those. I think he's just throwing a couple of episodes out. I think he's been given more than that. Personally.
Oh, he's definitely been given more than that, because he actually says that they're his Time Lash is his favorite so far. So he's obviously been given loads of stuff to watch, and that's the way it should have been done with Miss Whittaker. Shows you care. He's reported back to the fandom now. It's gotten positive reaction. That's all we've ever wanted. Someone that comes in that's going to take the role and actually shows that they care. And again, as I said, I don't think he has put a foot wrong so far.
No.
He's kept his head down. He said all the right things. This is, I said it I said it the other day on Twitter. I feel it in my bones. I really do. I think this one is going to be a good one.
Yeah. But did he say Time Lash was his favourite?
Yeah. But I think he's...
Just a second.
I think he's... Yeah, I think
Okay,
he's
what
just...
are we talking
I
about?
think because he knows fans. I think because he knows that's
he's poking
fans.
fun.
He's poking fun.
I
And
know.
that's... did you say the Santaran experiment? Yeah, the experiment. He's watching that one, so he's
That's
gonna
an
have
interesting
fun.
episode.
He's gonna have a fun time with that one, because that one is really heavy, but it's
I
good.
tell you what's also interesting. He's watching classic Doctor Who
as well as New
not
Who, exactly.
just New Who.
Exactly.
Has he watched
really...
Genesis yet?
Well, let's bring on Lee, because he's in the backgrounds waiting. It's the one and only Problem Being. It's nice to have him back again.
Hashtag justice for Time Lash.
So what do you think of that, Lee? What are your thoughts, man? I mean, it's something that we as fans, I think, like to hear.
Well, it's a step up, isn't it? From Jodie, I'm not going to watch anything because blah, blah, blah.
And then when it goes all pear-shaped, then decide to do it when it's too late.
Well, hopefully this time, he'll see what's required of him, and that will absorb into him, and that he will do his best. Let's just hope it isn't Colin Baker.
I feel it in me bones. I feel it in me bones, man. I feel that he's going to be a good one. I really
What's the
do.
next tweet from Jodie Whittaker? Oh, it's all right, love. I'll watch the gunfighters.
Oh, for God's sake, don't even go there with me, man. I've had to deal with our fans again today.
Oh, God.
The episode's coming up now, so they've all rewoken, and guess who's become prisoner zero? Me, man. They apparently are being ratioed and all of this stuff. I mean, like Cinnamon Toast Crunch is in the chat. No such ratio is happening. I mean, I'm actually having fun with these people, and like, I've shut most of them up now. So like, you can keep coming at me. 5 years, still here, ain't going away. Sorry. If you can't accept, listen, yours are the ones that are spying on my Twitter account, right? Coming in then giving me loads because you don't like a tweet that I put up. Well, don't be spying on me. Don't be simple. Ignore me, but just choose not to. So if you aren't going to ignore me, I'm going to have fun with you. As I said, the reason why none of my followers have reacted to you is because they know that you're sheep that has walked into a wolf's den, and it's going to be carnage. So if you want to fucking bring it on, bring it on. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I knew this was coming. I predicted this months ago. So bring it on. I'm refreshed, taking a little break from all of this. So if you want to end it with a full-scale battle, bring it on. Bring it on. There'll only be one winner, as there always is. Me.
Yeah, Shooty.
Or whoever Jodie regenerates into, which I think
or degenerates into, we don't care. But once she's gone, once we see that reject, she's gone. Apparently, by the way, here's something very interesting for you all, right? So a few people being faking that they were at the premiere, right? And then they called me the idiot because they made it look like they were gone to the premiere, and because I basically thought they had gone, right? I'm the sad individual. No, the sad individuals are the ones that were pretending to be there at the premiere when they weren't there at all. But here is an interesting thing about the premiere. So a lot of accounts that did attend the premiere are saying that they did not show the regeneration scene.
No, of course they wouldn't. That's going to be the final moment that everybody's going to be talking about. They're not going to care about the actual episode.
That's a champagne cork moment.
Yeah.
I saw one journalist commenting that the episode is fun. Cold word for it. It's an absolute pile of crap, but there's some fun moments in it. Because Legend of the Sea Devils, they said the same thing, but when we watched it, it was a bore.
It was boring.
Right? Same with what was it? Eve of the Daleks as well. They all said that was fun episode, and it was crap. Right. So again, we're in for another train wreck, folks. So let's just enjoy it when it comes.
The
have
best
a few
bits
beers.
are on the trailer.
As Lee said, we'll have a few beers. We'll enjoy watching this unfold and watch the meltdowns happen on Twitter and social media. It'll be brilliant. It'll be brilliant. And then we'll be having the panel. Now, obviously, the episode's 7:30. Doesn't finish to 9. So the panel is going to be on at 9. So it's going to be a late panel. And we're going to have to get as many people. There will be loads of people on. So those that need to leave early, I'll let them speak first, because there'll be panelists leaving, and then there'll be probably new panelists coming on and stuff like that. It's gonna be a really, really, really busy night. And the members one that I'm going to do, I'm going to leave for a couple of days, because this is what's going to be happening. This is what we normally do. When the dust has settled on the episode and we've done the panel, the main panel, others that haven't had a chance to come on and speak and talk about it individually will get a chance to come on. That'll be the last time then that we'll speak about it for non-members. And then there'll be one last member stream where I give my opinions on the final episode. And then that's it. We're done. No more Jodie Whittaker talk. No more Chris Chibnall. And I don't want to hear any of this crap, right?
Thank
It's
God.
over. It's over, right? Clean break, folks, yeah? That means everybody clean break. We just start looking forward. We see what RTD produces. And if it's not good, as I said, I'm walking away. Right? Walking away. Done. There'll be no point. We'll just focus on other stuff, and we'll do other stuff that we actually enjoy doing. And that's the way it'll be. So, yeah, come and join me. And as I said to all the J-bots as well, don't forget, the TARDIS Zone, 7:30, the 23rd of October. Tell all your friends. Come into the chat. Yeah, you think I give a fuck whether you come after me or not? You are little cockroaches as far as I'm concerned. Right, it's over. Your era is done. Go and cry into your cornflakes, because nobody gives a flying fuck. And spoiler alert, Yaz dies. There you go.
Yay!
One can only hope.
Right. Or does she?
Oh, that's a shame.
I just like to
Don't get my hopes up now.
I just wanted to wind these up.
How would we know she's dead?
She's
Well,
already dead.
Because even when she's alive, she's almost seems dead.
Well, I mean,
Dead, yeah.
Yaz, the character. We're not talking about the actress, because these little morons can't distinguish between the two. So we'll talk about the character.
Between reality and
my table has more personality than that character, right? She's literally worse than my table. My table's a plank of wood, right? We used to call her the plank, but I think that's actually insulting to wood. Yeah, she has no personality. Right? Worst character development. And actually, we haven't even gone into Jodie's, but hers will be analysed. But the Doctor's character development under this female Doctor or this actress has been absolutely awful.
Even Mel had more character.
Yeah, exactly. And all she did was scream and fecking and shout, "I'm Doctor!" Right? She had more character development. Jackie Tyler had more character development than the fecking Doctor did. Get away. Anyway, I'm finished with me rant. Let's get into this episode. Anyway, and I like wood too. Anyway, that's a bit of a weird comment. But
Jade was
I
nice
get
piece of wood.
we like wood. Wasn't it leaked she lived and got took back to the home with Graham? I was joking. I'm joking. I'm winding these little muppets up. Relax. Don't take everything I say gospel. I'm not Jesus. I'm not God. Yeah, but maybe I should come out as Jesus. My pronouns are our Savior and Lord. Yeah. Okay.
Time
Okay.
Lord.
And now I want to be referred to as Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Because
Okay.
everyone sees you go, oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know. They're always at me, man. It's fucking. You know, I woke up today and I thought today's going to be a great day. Felt good, and I still do, by the way. And I said I won't go on Twitter yet. I'll have my cup of coffee. I'll chill. You know, I went on and I seen 56 notifications. I go, oh shit, what's happened here?
Oh,
And I'm
Twitter
scrolling
suit Elon
down.
Musk, man.
Oh, NuWhoZone's a pathetic little man. NuWhoZone is a sexist
God.
bigot, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, get a new handbook.
Yeah.
Get a new handbook.
No, you mean Elon Musk land.
Elon Musk. yeah, what's gonna listen, I don't trust him either, man. Twitter's gonna be the same. It's gonna be the same. Nothing's gonna change. He's not gonna get rid of accounts that should be taken off, right? Won't. And he's bringing back accounts that, quite frankly, I don't think should be brought back. And I'm not talking about Donald Trump, by the way. I'm talking about Kanye West. I mean, he's just a anti-Semitic piece of shit, and he let him back on Twitter. So I don't agree with that. So, like, you know, Elon Musk want to get his fucking act together. If he's going to truly make Twitter an app for everybody, well, so far, I don't see that. You don't bring on anti-Semites and welcome them back.
Well, I mean, yeah, Twitter's just loaded with them. So
yeah, I'm not surprised, but still, you know, he's banned off Instagram, Kanye, and then Elon welcomes him back. And then as soon as he does that, the first thing that comes out of his mouth is the same thing that he said on fucking Instagram. And then that tweet gets removed, but he's still there. He should be to say that's a whack job. That's a whack job. This man used to tell us back in the day, I'm a lyrical genius. You're a lyrical fucking dope. Go and sign yourself into a bleeding mental hospital because you need some fucking help, you nutball.
It was when he turned around and said he was like the king of heavy metal or something. Everyone just turned on him.
And here's the thing, right? I think Kim is a bit of a whack job as well, but if she got a bleeding way from you, well, then that says a lot about you, man, right? Because that woman... I won't say because I'll get myself into trouble, but just put it this way, Kim Kardashian, you know, any man shows interest in her, she'll be on all over the newspapers. Oh, here's my new boyfriend. And then he happens to be a whack job. They never go out with anybody saying those Kardashian sisters. They're always fucking insane blokes that they go out with, or some blokes that are addicted to sex or drugs or whatever it is. They can never go out with someone that's normal, sane. It's always someone that's a bit whack job, because you know why? It's all good for them. It's all publicity. If their husbands are doing or their boyfriends are doing some crazy shit, it keeps the eye on the Kardashian brand, and that's all they care about. So people shouldn't be even the amount of fans that family actually has. They shouldn't even be fucking celebrities. But anyway, I'm gonna shut up now.
Yeah, shut
up. Because
we've
got Death in Heaven. You be quiet. You always go on rants and nobody says anything to you. So I'm going on one of you. You don't like it. You know where to go.
I'd never get a word in edgeways.
Right. Anyway, let the Queen. Is everybody in the chat ready? If you are, you know what to do. Press 1. Let's get this show on the road. If Noel is Jesus, that would make Lee something with the pronouns light and bringer. Says Chris.
You can call me Lucy.
Hello all. I've been cleaning today, so I got a late start on Tube, says Tiggy. Well, we haven't started the watch along, so you're actually on time. So there you go.
Cinnamon.
Because we always never lets me speak. Oh, Lee or me?
Could be either.
It could be either of us, but I think he's really talking about Lee. There you go.
Talked about than not be talked about.
Anyway, let's get the Queen. Is everybody in the chat ready yet? Press 1. Even if you're not watching, just press 1 anyway. You know what to do. Look, I'll even press 1. There you go. I'll start it off. There's a 1 there now in the chat. There. Oh, he's talking about Lee. Oh, Lee. Now I'll have to defend me friend. Stop picking on Lee. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. That's bullying.
That's Noel's job. That's Noel's job.
That's my job. Nobody else is allowed, right? Only I am.
It's all right, Cinnamon. Come find me on Facebook later. We can have a bitching session.
It's grand. Yeah. You can find me on, and you can. We'll shit talk him later. Cinnamon.
Sorry.
Typical. I still love you though.
But he still loves you.
It's still my friendly.
Yeah, we're all friends here. We're all friends here. Right, we've got
Why
loads
didn't
of
you come on
wands.
Facebook with us?
We've got loads of wands. So we let Queen Charlotte do the countdown.
Okay, wait, say my name. Okay, so 5,
Charlotte?
4, 3,
Two.
2, 1, go.
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 Oh, there, Danny Pink. She throws the keys in. Selfish Clara.
Yes.
I'm off already.
No.
Jesus Christ. shut
Oh,
up
you've
now.
not even got into the episode yet. She's amazing in this one.
Sorry about that. No.
She's amazing, balls. Best as ever.
All good.
Oh, it must be based on La Matrix.
I love
this look on his face.
Uh-oh. That's the thing I never quite understood about this whole thing, though. Why did they have to give the Cybermen stompy feet like that?
I know, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't know who I am. I'm special.
I'm super, stunning, and brave.
Super.
I'm Clara.
So yeah, take that.
Shit. Oh, just shoot her and go, God, what a pain in the ass.
This is Danny. Isn't this Cyber Danny here, though?
Yeah,
isn't it?
I
No.
think it's- no, it's
Oh,
not.
No?
I don't know. I don't know.
No, he's not been proper
Not yet.
converted yet.
Not yet.
Oh, it's the corpse in the morgue, isn't he?
It's the one who was in the box when they went
Yeah.
in the room.
Oh, this. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
In fairness, though,
forgot
she said it with more conviction than Jodie Whittaker ever
Oh,
did.
yeah.
So
got
if
get
that's
her back.
one thing we have to admit is she actually did say it with more conviction than Whittaker ever has.
Oh, I
mean,
hate this intro.
It's like she's been shocked by a spider or something.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh,
They
yeah,
put
I-
Jenna before
oh,
Peter. I'm like, how dare you?
Well, you've got the ending bit, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hold on! This is the episode where she goes off on her own. No, get away!
Goes off on a tangent, yeah.
I'm down to sleep. I'll be back when this is over, right? So, yous all enjoy. I just wanted to bring yous all on and then do a legger. So I'm gonna do a legger now and leave yous all to it because
It's all
I
right,
can't be
just-
arsed.
Just watch the Missy bits. They're literally the best bits.
Oh, there
by
was a
far.
mistake. It said
I'm
£1.
only joking.
They're
I'm just gonna put the
That's
kettle on. So just bear
Yeah.
with me.
Yeah.
Like I said, if it wasn't for Peter and Michelle, this episode would be so much harder
Yeah.
to watch.
Hey. I love this bit.
Oh, God, she's so
It's the only
bland.
cool bit of the episode. It's unit, isn't it?
Oh yeah, this is when Kate was still Kate and good, and we liked
Yeah.
her.
Always found her rather bland, to be honest.
She isn't the
Yeah,
greatest, but
you've never been a fan of her, have you,
Not especially.
Lee?
No, I just think she just lacks personality, you know.
She's a bit school teachery, isn't she?
Oh, it's a bit marmy, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's no Brig, but I quite liked her as like this is the next
Yeah.
sort of version in the sense of
Yeah.
the Brig.
I do like I like a strong female character though, apart from Clara.
But that's what I like about Kate. Like when she does give orders, to me, it doesn't come across as too bossy.
Yeah.
It just comes across as a bit like, no, I know what
Yeah.
I'm doing. Listen to me.
She comes on as a
sort of-
woman in a man's world, if you know what I mean, having to be a bit more
Yes.
tougher than usual.
And I think it works actually with
Yeah.
Kate, because considering she's the daughter of the Brig
Yeah.
and everything that would have been the baggage of that, I think
Yeah.
she probably would have to be a bit like,
Yeah.
yeah, just do as I say. sort
Yeah,
of
she got a few daddy
personality.
issues, yeah.
Just a bit.
Yeah.
Who has daddy issues?
Kate.
Kate.
Stewart.
Oh yeah, I thought you were talking about Clara because Clara's daddy is still alive. I don't think she had issues with daddy.
No, she has
She's
issues
got
with
Danny issues.
She had Danny issues. Yeah. I like that one.
/ doctor issues.
Yeah. That was broken.
There, I'm right. They're putting up the Doctor Who accounts are putting up all of these posts with the Doctor. So we're on John Pertwee now. The third
Yes,
Doctor,
they have been.
1970 to 74. Haha, there's something happening. And you know what I think it's gonna be something. It's gonna be, I don't know, because it'll get to Jodie. Are they gonna reveal? Is that how they're gonna reveal it? Because remember, there is rumours that we don't actually get to see the regeneration, that it does fade to black.
Yeah.
No, I think because they'll include, if you think, they'll include like the War Doctor, I would think. They'll probably include Ruth. So we've still got quite a lot. So I think it's going to run right up until the night.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if he does add the War Doctor. He does add Jodie's Doctor. Well, they will add Jodie's Doctor, but it'll be interesting to see. It's going to be interesting to see what order, though. And when it comes to the other Doctors, what are they going to call Ruth's Doctor? Is she just going to remain the fugitive Doctor? Because remember...
They refer to William as the first Doctor in
these
They did
posts. In the very first post, and that's why I was... Yeah.
They can't call the Ruth the first Doctor.
I knew they were doing something with that. They're doing something with that. And the logo's changed as well.
Yeah, it's all in prep for the episode, and then I think we're going to see like all new something.
Oh.
What's the timestamp, please?
Oh yes, I'll give you
7 minutes.
7
minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're watching on the thing that I'm watching on 7/17 now, Lee.
Yeah, cool.
And Thingy's not as annoying in this. Osgood, she didn't get my nerves nowhere near as much as she
Osgood
usually does.
was a good character, and I like the fact that he kind of wanted a character that embraced the old and new fandom. The problem was, I think she was underused, to be quite honest, and then she did become kind of annoying.
My problem was she was too on the nose. It was like, I understand what she is, Moffat. You're being a little bit too. So
yeah, she was too much of a fangirl.
Yeah. Well, she's a bit calmer now. She's
Look at that.
calmed down a bit.
Oh my god.
Someone turned the hose on.
Exactly, Peter. If they're referring to Bill as the first Doctor, Ruth cannot be known as the first Doctor in these posts. So we'll see. I think she'll just be fugitive in her little post.
But she turns out to be Jenny. Then again, that's already another character.
I do find Unit's response here quite funny when it's like, we're going to knock you out, Doctor, because we cannot keep you in any sort of control whatsoever. So we're just going to kidnap you, basically.
Yeah.
Because we can't rely on you.
The Brigadier wouldn't have done that, would he? He wouldn't.
No.
Yeah, no, that's the difference. The Brig would have been able to say, just come for a little bit, and then you can go off and do what you want. Just be with us for a little bit. Whereas Kate hasn't got that relationship with the Doctor, so wouldn't have worked.
Maybe she was a bit more likable.
That was a fast old conversion.
Yeah, like how did the cyber thing start that quickly? Like, to become metal.
Metal Danny, Metal Danny.
Well, Danny's like a faulty conversion, though, isn't he?
Pretty much is.
So it would make sense if he was fast.
Yeah, exactly, Doctor. You tell her.
Yeah. Yeah, cybernetic future. That was Captain Scarlet, actually.
Thunderbirds.
Thunderbirds are go.
Sanjeev had to get himself in somehow.
Well, he's not much of a character, is he? Though?
I know.
He's sort of
He
there to
really is a
get
bit
killed.
part in this. Sanjeev! Watch
But
Gimme,
he's a-
Gimme, Gimme.
He's a good actor, though, and it's just
I know.
he has sort of
So
got a
much
really
Bashgar,
bit
yeah.
part here.
Yeah. I just want him just to say something quirky like he normally does and go in it. Like he does in Gimme, Gimme, Gimme.
We go on Americans bombing around the place when they said the president because he never thought it was him.
Oh yeah, Peter's reaction, his doctor when he clicks. It's like, me?
Sugar.
5 lump to sugar.
Especially when he's like, "Oh, you always vote for an idiot or something as well." It's like, yeah, we
Yeah.
voted for you.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I mean, like, who would agree to allow an alien to become president of the world? I just don't know.
Yeah, this is one of Moffat's sort of silly ideas, isn't it?
Yeah.
Guardian, maybe, but not president.
So one day ago, they put up the second Doctor. So it's every day.
Right, so if we count, what's that gonna... When's the Jodie's episode? You need to count and see how many...
14 days.
Yeah, well, it'll match up, won't it?
14 days, including the War Doctor. Maybe 15, including Ruth.
Unless they do maybe those on the same day?
No, this is probably going to go probably even into after Jodie's episode. I think this might be a reveal of something to come.
For Russell, that would make sense. Because I think as soon as the episode said, the next day we're going to get Russell news. They're not going to wait about at all.
No, they're going to just dump it out.
Yeah, they're going to be like, right, over with, we can now talk about Russell.
11 days to the special.
Yeah, but just a minute, Clara's father's dead, though.
So if it's 11 days to the special.
Doctor 5th, Doctor 6th, Doctor 7th, Doctor 8th, Doctor 9th, Doctor 10th, Doctor 11th, Doctor 12th, Doctor 13th, Doctor. That's 10. That's 10. So they're including the War Doctor or Dr. Root. Say one of them. That would bring it up to 11
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
But if not, then there's... Well, we already know he's the Doctor, unless this is the
14
reveal of who
days.
the Doctor is going to be for the 60th.
15 days, yeah.
Which
Well,
we know
no-
is David Tennant.
We
but
know.
We know it's old 10-inch.
I don't know, they're up to something. There's something going on, man. You're probably... it has to be the War Doctor then. It can't be the Root Doctor. And if it's
Well,
not the Root...
Unless they do those two on the same day. Because they're sort of weird, not numbered incarnations.
Yeah, you've got it. Yeah, you've got a point there. Which would then actually bring them up to when Jodie's picture is revealed. And then they'll put something. I wonder what they'll say about her regeneration.
Thank God.
No, they'll just pick like the most mundane quote of hers.
Even in the trailer, they say it was a mistake.
I've had an
Did you see it?
upgrade.
In the trailer, one of the lines says it was a mistake or something. It's like as if they're admitting that they got it all wrong. It was a mistake. Of course it was. Of course it was.
One.
This was like a big, massive lump of shite that you wish you hadn't have got out of your system.
It could be a logo reveal, Peter's just said. No, but they're doing Doctors. It's something to do with Doctor.
It's definitely the Doctor. It's not a logo reveal because we've already seen the logo for the 60th. If it is the logo. I think it is because it was on the clipboard as well. So we've already seen the logo for the 60th. We're wondering if that's going to be the same logo, obviously, from here on in, which would be absolutely brilliant in my opinion because I think it's mixes old with the new and it's brought the diamond back. So, yes, I'm all for it.
I think you're a Zygon.
I love Missy when she's captured. She's just so like playing them all, and it works.
Silver creatures. We'll see what happens. But keep an eye on that. So if everybody, and it's not just happening on Twitter. So if you're not on Twitter, it's happening on Facebook as well. And it's happening on Instagram at the same time. So the posts are going up at the same time because it's all automated. They've obviously posted these ahead of time. So they'll all be automated all out at the same time. So keep an eye. And especially if you're on Instagram, see if RTD is shared in any of these posts or is even liking the posts.
Oh, fuck's sake, this thing. Right, I'm going to need a time stamp in a minute.
20 minutes, 36 seconds.
You aware?
20 minutes, 36 seconds. Sorry, my mic keeps doing silly things.
How are you so far ahead?
I don't know. Oh no, it's
right.
like
1740.
Sorry, yeah.
1740.
Yeah.
Oh, Cinnamon's just had an interesting idea. Just said, apparently, this must be on the YouTube. They're re-uploading the regeneration videos.
Yay! We only want to see one of them, though. Never looked so forward to a regeneration in all my life. And I was looking a bit forward to actually David Tennant, strange enough, because RTD was being a bit of an a-hole, and so was Tennant. Remember David Tennant was going, "Oh, I'm not going to work with it. I'm not going to work with Moffat." Ugh. And then work with Moffat.
Cinnamon is saying that at the same time they're uploading the regeneration videos of each Doctor as well.
So there's something.
There's something coming, folks. There's something coming. So that means we've got 11 more days to whatever they're going to reveal as well. It's not just...
Yeah.
Wow. Unless it's just part of all of this, or they're just... Oh no. I've just realised something. Do you remember Roy said that this era was going to be bookended? It was going to bookend the whole lot.
What, the whole of New Who?
Yeah, from classic to now. They were going to bookend all of that, and then RTD was going to do something completely different. Well, this would make sense. They're showing all the regenerations of all the old Doctors. They're putting up posts of all the old Doctors. Then they go into the New Who Doctors, and they bookend that at Jodie Whittaker.
But I don't know, because we've got that rumour that Mel's coming back. That to me doesn't work if Russell's doing a complete reboot.
I think they're something's going to happen to the Doctor, and she could get split into all regenerations or something.
Something's going to happen anyway, and it's
And that's
interesting.
what
I'm not going
Russell's
to get
doing.
excited because it's probably got to do with this era anyway. But it is
Yeah.
intriguing, and I will keep an eye on it.
Oh, who's just said that in the chat? Yeah. Tiggy, didn't take long to stop talking about Clara. No.
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 Just-
It was-
See, when the Clara bits come on, I just tune out now. Like, I love Jenna Coleman. It's such a shame because I think she's a great actress.
yeah,
but
she was
Clara, the
well in this
character, is
season.
just annoying at this stage. You just felt like, saying, just shut up, you. Who the hell do you think you are talking to the Doctor like that?
She was
He
poorly
saved
written in this
planets
season.
and universes. What have you done?
Oh, yeah, she literally at one point tells him, how does she phrase it in the episode? Listen to, I think she says, like, listen to orders or something to him at one point in this one. And it's like, oh, love, shut it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Missy calls it brilliantly as well in this episode. She describes Clara to a T.
And yes, I find you blow my mind. Hey, Mister.
Oh, I love this scene.
I know.
Love this bit.
Hi. Can
Here
I
we
tell you
go.
something really important?
Because she's being coy, and it's like her voice is like, oh, she's gonna do something.
Yeah.
You know
So,
it.
which Osgood died? Was it the Zygon?
Zygon.
Zygon.
Right.
Zygon.
Grand.
Because of the inhaler, look who had the inhaler last. It was the Zygon version.
Yeah, but did the Zygon version not hand the original
No,
Osgood
no.
back our inhaler?
No,
No.
Lee's right. It was the other way around.
Zygon doesn't need the inhaler.
Isn't this the scene where she tells her that she tells them how she's gonna kill everybody?
No,
Yep.
she says she's gonna kill. She's like, just come here, and I'm gonna kill you. That's
Here we
this
go.
scene.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there you go. I'm gonna kill you in a minute. There, yeah.
And of course, Noel had to talk over it.
I love the pen stain in her pocket. I think they were geeked though.
And now she's
love that.
counting, and she's messing with her. And I honestly think this is literally because the Doctor said, like, think about it, time and space. As soon as Missy heard that, she was like, I'm going to kill her. Because the Doctor's shown a bit of interest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
anybody
don't
that the Doctor shows interest in, Missy is gonna destroy, basically.
Yeah. Because Missy is interesting in this episode. It's like, she hates the Doctor in some bits, but you're seeing a bit of a different side start to show now.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you hate the Doctor, but you sort of want the Doctor back. And I think it's not a romantic want, it's actually a friendship, old-fashioned want.
I just love the way she casually took the lipstick out, like.
Yeah. And the girl's doing nothing. Duh. How did she do that?
Yeah, just teleport. That's what annoyed me about this one. Just teleport.
I know, but still, it's so her, though. It's so this version of the Master, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I get it now.
Say something nice.
I mean, like, just to finish it off, to squash the glasses. Like, what a see you next Tuesday.
It's alright, you just made friends with Zygon.
It's just that extra bit of vindictiveness. It's perfect.
Yeah.
And I love how
Zygon,
I just love how casually she does this.
Yeah.
Like there
She doesn't
isn't like
care.
there isn't a big like show and dance about it. As soon as she's done it, it's just like, right, I've done that now. I'm gonna carry on with my
Yeah.
plan.
Is it maybe does a plane set look a bit plastic in this?
Yeah, it does.
Fake. It
Well,
looks a bit it's like
well, in
It looks-
fairness, Doctor
It
Who
looks
has
like a
always had
Doctor
that
Who
charm.
set.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Look-
Cybermen just out on the outside of it now because all of a sudden they can fly is a bit ridiculous to me
Yeah.
now. I think that's more ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, fair enough, she fucking installed fucking yokes on Cybermen, but stupid.
Yeah.
It looks like Iron Man 2.0. Look, oh, we're ripping off Iron
I
Man.
thought it was a bit too
Oh,
Iron
it's
Man.
so Iron Man.
Yeah.
Even the
it's too Iron
symbol
Man.
at the back, the unit sign, is like the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
Now, we could argue that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. actually kind of got their inspiration from Doctor Who, I suppose, but
Yeah.
We've
Play
got
with
any
Clara.
more friends I can play with.
Play with
Yes.
Clara. Play with Clara all the time. Play with her all week if you want.
Oh no, she's picked Clara for a reason, as we find out.
Yeah. You're the little dog. As she says in the next season.
all right, next season is actually a lot
Oh,
better.
I love that bit.
Yeah.
She calls Clara.
Yeah, that whole conversation I love as well, PD. When she's
Yeah,
like, "You
That
really
is
think
the best.
you
That's how
really
to
think?"
fix something.
Yeah, but it's also like her sort of showing up, Clara, to be like, "You really think you know him?" Like,
Yeah.
it's that once again. It's this odd. It's like
Yeah.
this version of the Master's almost possessive of the Doctor,
Yeah.
and it's like, no, I know him better than you will ever know him.
Yeah.
Sort of sentiment.
she's got that feminine vindictiveness to her.
I don't. Like I said, I think with Missy, you're seeing the usual hatred that we saw in Sim, especially, sort of be evolving, and it's changing now, and it's becoming something
Yeah.
else.
Yeah. That kind of
Aw.
that female narcissism it's becoming. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Aw.
Oh, diddums. I thought it was just a braining case, not the face.
Oh. He deserved a lot better, man, that
Yeah.
actor. Seriously, man. His storyline could have been very interesting.
Yeah.
Like, Moffat had already tapped into his whole kind of his family's backstory, or was tapping into it and then just totally ignores it.
Yeah.
It's like at some points, Moffat, you felt like he almost got bored with a character, so he just stopped doing anything with them.
And who the hell is Olsen Pink now?
I mean, that looks dumb as hell. Not the plane, the Cybermen just ripping the plane apart.
They could just stop blasting it. Why are they trying to
Like all
smash
they
it?
have to do, they don't even have to bang it. They've got lasers on their fucking arms. Like,
Blast it! Blast the engines and that's it.
that's what I mean. Done. Game over. Everybody dies.
They
Or
should be
Missy
called the
could have-
cyber morons.
Or with the amount of planning Missy has obviously done for this whole mission, could she not have
Yeah.
rigged the plane or done something to the
Yeah.
plane?
I remember in
Mhm.
Spyfall, Chris Chibnall literally robbed the aeroplane scene because where was the Master revealed on the aeroplane in the
Yes.
horror era?
Yeah.
And then I instantly stopped liking the Master after that point.
Then we had the house TARDIS, which just made me
Where's
laugh.
all their fuel kept? Exactly, man. None of this makes sense, but that was Moffat for you. I mean, he had to drag these things out, didn't he?
Yeah.
Like, if he spent less time dragging certain scenes out and actually had have explained a lot more some of the things that needed to be explained, and I know he did try his best near the end, and we have to give it
Oh,
to
here
him.
we go. He
But
said Moffat's
still.
fixing tank. At
They're so blind in the universe.
least he explained where it came from now. And it took about a season and a half.
Control freak.
Yes, this is what I mean. It's brilliant. She calls
Yeah.
Clara out. she's basically saying to me, watching this again, it felt like Misty was saying, I picked like the most horrible person I could as your companion.
Yeah.
She even like says like the whole idea of him being on a leash. She even says it here. And it's like, yes, this is what the master would try and do. And I remember at the time I didn't click all the hints. And now when they started, like she's starting now to explain she was this woman in Matt's run. I was like, oh God, okay. Moffat, you actually did some good long-term planning for one of your characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sound of your chain being yanked. Yes, that's a very good line. I like it as well. Was it Tiggy who said that? I think it was Tiggy. Yeah.
I mean, you just could have tore open that door in 2 seconds. Like, I mean, it just...
You're not in outer space, that wouldn't happen. I just leave her alone.
God, she's insufferable.
I know, she's the one that made the mistake, and she admitted that. She hurted Danny, but she expects the doctor to fix it for her.
Yeah. And it's
like I'm sorry,
Clara.
love. You're the one that needs to make this better, not the doctor.
Yeah.
And also, it's like she surely she knows something quite bad is happening in the world right now with Cybermen, and she thinks the doctor can just stop whatever he's doing and come to her. It's like, no, he's trying to save the world, love. That's priority.
Yeah.
See you, Cinnamon. Thank you for popping by.
See you later, Cinnamon.
Yeah, see you later, Cinnamon.
And the problem is as well, like, I can see what Moffat was trying to do with this whole thing with Clara having to turn his emotional inhibitor off. So she is basically killing him again. I can see what Moffat was trying to do, but there's just he's not done enough work with Danny and Clara for this to pay off in the slightest. If it was two characters that I felt more something for, this would be like a proper heartbreaking sort of story beat.
Love it when she shouts by and goes, bye! Oh, well.
I love this scene because when she realizes that he's actually gonna live, our face.
Yes. And when Chris Addison's like fanboying over what he's doing, her face then also is like, you shut up.
I mean, literally, this is absolutely stupid, right? But it is actually funny because his reaction set is all of us.
Yes.
Like, the fact that he even times this is just... And the fact that the TARDIS is spinning and he's still...
Yeah.
Here we go.
This is Moffat doing something for the kids. Definitely.
Like, I mean, he gets the key
Spy
right in
music
the
as
lock.
well.
I mean, how fucking...
Why did he just click his fingers? The door's not open.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's all he... Well, I suppose he's in the air and it's rushing, so he clicked his fingers. But, I mean, he had to get the TARDIS to go up through the clouds as well.
Yeah.
I mean, a bit of J.J. Abrams fucking Star Trek there going on. He has a habit of the Enterprise up through the clouds. That was done well, though. I like that in Batman.
Yeah, that was cool when the Batwing went up against the moon. Yeah, please do it, Clara.
Oh, has she had a tantrum yet and chucked her phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's already done that.
It's like, oh, I love you, little child. like, if you're not going to help me. So it's good effects, though. I like the effects on Danny's face here. It does look really, like, horrible. And, like, yeah, that would be just pain beyond compare. And actually having the monotone voice that actor naturally has sort of works for Cybermen. So that's sort of adds to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's easy for him to say. Oh yeah, you just live in agonizing pain, you know.
Yeah. It's like Darth Vader when he first got put in this suit. You hear about the back history of that.
Oh no! Don't say that.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
but
just
this
gonna
is
look
not
down
the doctor. She, Clara, like, this is Clara. This is, like, you're turning it on the doctor now. You
Oh,
can't
yeah,
turn this on the doctor. The doctor, he came because Clara asked for help to activate. He doesn't want to activate you, right? But now you've left him in a position where you're saying, well, if you want the information, you're going to have to activate me. So you're making him out to be the bad guy for no reason.
Well, you
It's
know
not
why
his-
he's doing it. You know why he's doing it. Because it's his last little stabbed, vindictive sort of "I hate you" at the doctor.
I don't think he does hate the doctor. I think what's happened is he's used
Do
his
as
own
you're
personal
told.
experience.
That's
His own
it.
personal
Do as you're told.
experiences.
That's the
Yeah.
Do
line.
as you're fucking told.
Wish you would, Clara.
Shut up, Clara.
See, I don't know though, Noel, because that moment before when Clara was saying, "Oh, there's one man I would trust. There's one man," and like and you can see him holding the paper, and he's like crushing it almost.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this whole little act is because of what Clara said. It's really got to him that Clara was basically saying, "I trust him. He's my best friend. I wouldn't turn on anybody, especially not him." And he's like, "Yeah, okay, what about your boyfriend?" It comes
Yeah.
across to me a bit like that.
It is a sad moment. It's not as believable because we couldn't get behind Danny as much because he wasn't developed properly.
Mm.
But he's a
Yeah.
good actor and he sells
Yeah.
it, like, you know?
I know very different characters, but imagine if this was Amy and Rory. And
Yeah.
Amy had to do this to Rory.
Oh, we'd all be in tears right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the way his face just changed.
Oh, Peter's gonna have his little moment soon. Another line I love coming up.
Oh, here she is, Mary Poppins.
Yes.
Scary Poppins.
Yeah, scary Poppins, sorry.
Why wasn't Danny doing it?
Nothing, but she didn't notice.
Yes. Well, I think Peter, he wasn't doing it because he's, like I said, he went wrong. The conversion
Oh, I see.
didn't take.
I see.
And Clara's the overriding thing for Danny still. So if she's next to him, he's going to concentrate on her.
Mr. President.
And I love the fact that the Doctor still doesn't have he's still clueless. Like, what's her end game? And even when she reveals it,
Yeah,
he's
and then when
just
she
like,
reveals it, he's like, "What the fuck? What? You
Yeah.
built a whole army for me?"
Well,
and Michelle plays it beautiful because it's almost
Yeah.
sincere. She's like, yeah, of
Yeah.
course I built an army for you. And you can just see she's very confused herself. Like, why is he not understanding why I did this?
Little pets.
So bad girl, how it's done. I love it. Well, he's our different. You're a homicidal maniac who murders people on a whim. He tries to save the universe, and unfortunately, people
yin and
do
yang, yin and yang.
get lost along the way. But she sells this well, didn't she?
Yes.
Are you a good man? It goes back to this line, though.
Yeah.
So she's really just trying to turn him into another version of herself.
No, I don't think she's trying to turn him into another version of her. I think she's trying to just turn him to be on her side. Because she knows they're not exactly the same. But she just wants that connection back. She wants a friend. Honestly, that's what I think is more the riding motivation.
I don't think it's that she wants a friend. I just think that she wants to conquer the universe with him.
Yeah.
To convert him to her way of thinking.
I don't know, maybe I just think there's a bit of the sentiment here, a tiny bit of sentiment driving her.
I mean, it's bonkers, but you know.
Oh, it's bonkers, yeah. But it's the master, so.
I'm an idiot.
Yes, and the music starts
I
now.
love this.
Yeah.
I love this.
And you can almost sense like a freedom in
I'm
here.
an idiot.
Yeah. It's like all the sort of the shackles of all the doubt are now starting to come off. And you see that in Peter's performance.
See, this is what the fair play Jodie Whittaker speech was trying to emulate. It was just
Yes.
Yeah.
But the whole point of this speech is the Doctor saying, I'm not this grand person everybody's making me out to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here we go. It's picked up here. You're right, Charlotte.
About what bit, PD? Like what, the Missy stuff?
About Danny not doing the moves.
I love this when this is good. It was a good send off for Daniel Sader.
Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously the soldier stuff is relevant again, and it works in this moment.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks impressive, but still Cybermen flying I have a problem with.
It's too Iron Man, yeah.
It's a bit too almost. I think the problem is if you do that, you sort of lose the body horror, don't you? The
Yeah.
sort of more macabreness of what the Cybermen were originally.
And it
Yeah.
reminds me of the Santaran episode with the fog.
Yeah.
The way they're born in the sky.
Oh yes, no, I
Yeah,
can
it's
see
just
that.
You lost.
Oh yeah, Missy's face, you can tell she's quite upset. I don't know if that's the right word. It's like, yeah, he's not come to my side, and he's
Mhm.
foiled my plan.
You know, when she said, well, the clouds come to Hunter and goes, yeah, so is Daddy Pink.
Yeah.
Right in her face. She is lying. Well, this leads to Series 10, doesn't it?
Yep.
Can hear the traffic.
He knew that she had the teleporter bracelet on her wrist, though. So he kind of lied to Clara, didn't he?
Yeah.
Because he knew that she would use it as he presses the shoe. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly think he'd even at that moment when he looked like he was going to shoot her, he didn't want to.
Yeah. She explained in Series 9 how she survives anyway.
See, that came from somewhere else.
yeah, it was the brig.
I was going to say,
Sorry,
I'm surprised, Lee, you've
sorry,
not
I could say
realised yet
the
what's going to
cyber-
happen.
The cyber brig. Sorry, I should
Cyberbrig.
make it clear.
God, I was just expecting this kind of cop team of Rusty and Cyberbrig going around the universe righting wrongs. I was like, oh god, it's gonna be terrible. Terrible spin-off. Then they got Class instead, so oh well.
I think Moffat was trying to do a tribute, but
He
not
was,
this
but
way.
I think the
Moffat
tribute
a
that
bit
I think the
macabre.
tribute he did with Matt Smith's Doctor
Was
was
better.
better.
Yeah,
Was better. He should have left it. We didn't need any more tributes to
yeah.
Brig. We love the Brig, yeah, but leave him now.
Yeah, and like you said, that one with Matt was so tasteful and lovely, and just did the
Yeah.
right amount of like
Yeah.
tipping the hat.
I don't think he tried to be disrespectful. I
No.
just don't think this worked.
Yeah.
I honestly
Also,
think
yeah.
watching it back, he thought he was doing quite a nice tribute, but he didn't think beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
not exactly the last enduring image of the brigadier that you want. Really,
Yes.
is
Yeah.
it? You know?
No.
Hey, look, it's the it's Rose's tower block.
Shit.
I keep using the same tower block.
Oh, that'd be fun. When we do get to Shooty Zero, we'll have to play the game of how many sets or scenes can we.
Oh yeah, you know he's going to.
Yeah, it's like which quarries is he going to go back to? Which houses is he going to
Yeah.
use again?
I don't want an Afghan kid. I want you back, Daddy. What am I going to do with this Afghan? He's an illegal immigrant. Get rid of him. Get rid of him. That's what I said about this scene. So technically, Daddy's importing illegal immigrants.
And also, like, how would you explain that? Like, okay, love,
Yeah.
where have you found this random kid? I just found him.
He just came from Afghanistan.
Yeah. It's like,
It's like she get arrested.
yeah, that's what I mean. They'd be like,
Oh.
okay, come to the station and we'll have a conversation.
Yeah, Taliban comes after her. Abducting Afghan kids.
So he died a long time because he's still going to be a kid, and his parents are going to be like freaked out. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't make any sense. This. Oh
yeah,
dear,
I
it's
don't know how
broken.
that works, but okay.
You know why though? It's the cynical part of me is like, Moffat, this is your another way that you've almost written Clara out, but at the last minute you've decided not to go through with it.
She does. He does it in the next episode as well.
It's like it would have been a nice actual way for her to end if Danny did come
Yeah.
back, and then this was her last episode
Yeah.
with like her saying thank you.
I
but
think I know what happened. I think Jenna's got some dirt on Stephen Moffat. That's what it is. Just some
or
right dirt
something
on him.
because it
Yeah.
was ridiculous the amount of exit
coming back.
stories he wrote for her, and then it ended up not being her exit.
Yeah, 3 in a row. This one, the next one, and The Magician's Apprentice.
And I think it also would have been nice to coincide with Peter's Doctor. Like you, at the
Yeah.
end of this episode, you've got this lovely feeling of all
Yeah.
those doubts he's had. He's now sort of more comfortable in his skin. He's no
Yeah.
longer doubting that am I a good man. That was the whole
Yeah.
thread. And like her to go with Peter's Doctor, sort of coming to realize, yes, I am who I am.
Why did he lie? Why did he lie to her about
So he
this?
can let her go, I think.
Yes, I think he honestly was being kind in his
I
head.
think I know where he sent him. I think he sent her. She sent him to Khan. Because that's why you see the Sisterhood of Khan turn up in the next couple of seasons.
And he gets angry here. His
Oh,
face,
yes.
he visibly gets angry here.
She sent him to Khan.
This is brilliant Peter's acting here.
Yeah. That's why the figure of Khan turns up in the next episode.
No, but
Yeah.
I think Peter's Doctor with the whole Clara thing was
Yeah.
I set it up that her and Danny can be happy,
Yeah.
and I want them to be happy and sort of have that normal life. It's
Yeah.
a bit.
Oh, the fury of a Time Lord.
Don't break the TARDIS, mate. You're always repairing it.
But you can get it. It's
Yeah.
It's so personal and it's so upsetting. Whatever
Yeah.
he has seen.
It's just stars, I think. I think he's orbiting Khan or something. They just don't show you. That would explain it. Why the Sisterhood's in the
Oh.
next one.
Could it? I don't know if this would work. Could it maybe be like the ruins of Gallifrey, or like some?
Where it was.
Yeah, like some of the destructions that's still there, or some of
Yeah.
the planet that's still there.
Yeah. I thought it was Khan originally, but
See, that's what
it's just space.
I don't. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think Khan would be traumatic enough to get that reaction. I think
Yeah.
it'd have to be something more than Khan.
Yeah. Because he
'Cause,
doesn't like the Sisterhood, does he?
Well, he doesn't like them, but it's not like a traumatic thing
Yeah.
for him. Whereas we've just said he's literally hitting and damaging the
Yeah.
TARDIS. So that's pretty like high traumatic or level of stress or anger.
Yeah. It's just black space I saw.
So
Or
it, yeah, that's
Queen.
Mm.
within reason. I just loved it. Both of them are lying to each other, like.
Yeah.
But these moments with Clara and the Doctor were great, man. This is what we wanted more of, like them having a proper fucking friendship, like not her
Yeah.
fucking lecturing them every 5 fucking minutes.
Sent me everyone in the background acting like a mannequins. Bad direction in the background there.
I find it funny the fellow on the skateboard. It's like there's something wrong with that extra because it's like he almost starts to do it and then stops and gets back on
Yeah.
the skateboard.
Yeah. Who directed this one? It wasn't Rachel, was it?
No, I don't think it was. You wouldn't. You can tell when Rachel directs.
Yeah.
It's why she's back for the 60th.
Yeah.
This would have been a perfect ending.
I know. Oh, yeah.
Yes, I forgot that this was an ending almost for her until I watched it again today, and I was like, oh, God, Moffat, another one. I forgot you did this one as well.
3 times ended Clara.
No, Mr. Skateboard himself.
No, it's because he's so prominent in the shot. It's like I think somebody directed this poor fella wrong or something.
Yeah, the extra direction is terrible. That last scene.
Do. Oh, there's a knock on the door. We forgot. This doesn't end. Doctor.
I do like him though.
Oh, this is the Santa Claus
Nick
within
Frost,
the Santa
yeah.
Claus within the Santa Claus within the Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Money bell. I want Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Do,
Nick
do,
Frost.
Do, 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 do. And we will be back next week for not that. But the fourth episode of the series 9. We'll leave the specials till around the Christmas period. Okay. We'll probably start them at the start of December and do each one each week because there's a few. There's a good few.
Yeah.
So we'll get through them all.
And you never know, folks. We might get a new episode around Christmas. You never know.
I think we are.
I think it'll be on January the 1st.
I think we are, man. Even JWC reviews agree. They even said the same thing, man. It's happening. It's happening. It's just this episode's going to be a train wreck, right? The fandom is going to be in disarray. He's got to hit the ground running. I'm telling you, the fact that the media are reporting that RTD and BBC are actively seeking the Christmas spot. They didn't even need to mention that in the news because if it's for next year, why mention it now? It's happening this year. I'm telling you, man. We're going to get a Christmas special.
Yeah. I think we're going to have a New Year's special, New Year's Day.
I don't think you'll do it on New Year's Day.
No, I think that's too much close to what Jodie's era.
Yeah, I think he'll do it Christmas Day because he doesn't want any association.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we'll see. We'll
see. That's it. That's the exciting thing about it. We get to see. But let's.
It's nice to speculate again, isn't it? No, it's
of
nice
course it is. Again. It is. I love it. I actually love it, man.
Good old days.
This is the fun. This is the fun part of the fandom and the fun side of it. But no, can the fandom be any more?
Oh yes.
Well, it will be. It will be. Trust me. Because as I said, either way, the fandom is going to be in uproar, right? Because you're going to have a section of fans that want to time this child nonsense and all that other shit fixed, right? That mightn't happen. So they're going to be in uproar, right? The Tassie stands are not going to be happy because they're not going to get that happy ever after ending that they're all hoping for, even though they know she's going to regenerate anyway, right? And you know, there is a rumor that Yaz survives, but there's also a rumor out there that she dies. So if he kills her off, that as well is going to add to their anger, right? And then you're going to have all the other people that are just going to be, you know, there's going to be a lot of scores being settled because, you know, 5 years of tension that's grew all of this crap. People are going to lash out. So, yeah. This fandom, I predicted this and it will happen. It's already happening to me. I've said nothing wrong. I've given me opinions like I've always done these last few months and none of these people have came anywhere near me. As soon as I tweeted something yesterday about the episode, because I've been talking about it on Twitter. Obviously, we haven't been talking about it much on YouTube, but I've been talking about it a lot on Twitter. And because I've given me opinions on it, they're dogpiling me. So, like, it's already started. It is going to get worse. Yes, absolutely. It's going to be a shit show. And I'm just going to have a drink, have a laugh, and enjoy it all unfold. Because you know what? Doesn't matter what they do. Doesn't matter what any side of the fandom does, right? I'm going to be honest about this. Doesn't matter what they do. After this episode ends, it's done. We move on to a new era. So if people want to still have the same arguments and the same tit-tats that they've had for the last 5 years, let them. Let them. Go ahead. I'm looking
But
forward
we're not
to
interested.
Exactly. I'm looking forward to the future. A lot of the other YouTube channels are doing the same. We'll be looking towards the future now. We'll be concentrating on RTD2 and what he is going to offer us over the next few years. And that's our focus. So can't wait for this episode. There's sooner. Look, it's after dragging out all this long. We've had to wait this long, but it's finally here. It's finally on its way. And we get to sit down one last time and watch this shit show, talk about it, and then we're done. And then we can see what RTD brings us. And I got a funny feeling we got loads of good news on the way. I reckon all of this special that he's been filming will kick off Christmas Day and will end next year. I'm telling you now, we're gonna get some sort of, this is gonna be like a mini series that we get before we get the main series. I'm telling you, it's happening. It's gonna happen. But anyway, back to tonight's episode. I'm gonna start first and say that this isn't as bad as I remember it being. Right, because I had a lot of issues with this story. I'm not going to lie, but watching it again, I actually enjoyed it a lot more. And there is still ridiculous scenes, and I mean that whole airplane thing nonsense is ridiculous. But we can kind of ignore that because Peter and Michelle Gomez, any scene that they just chew it up, man. The screen is just like so. For them two alone, this episode actually performs a lot better because the story itself is actually a shit one if you think about it.
Yeah, it's not great.
Like she's basically somehow got into heaven, tapped into souls, turned it into some sort of matrix. Then she can download all of those souls into Cybermen, and then she uses this cloud for this rain to make the dead convert into Cybermen. If you actually flesh it out that way, it actually is a stupid fucking idea and a stupid story, and it is a bit fantasy and Mickey Mouse and Disney and all of that crap. But the acting in it is good. Even the scenes where Jenna Coleman Clara wasn't being annoying, I should say, because Jenna is a great actress anyway. Clara, but I don't know. It's still not as bad, but I think I rated this a 4 out of 10 back in the day. It's better than I remember, so I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. It's still not an 8, 9, or a 10 out of 10 episode, in my opinion. But Moffat, it's Danny Pink really for me that kind of ruins this whole thing. It's not believable. See, when he becomes the Cyberman, we should be emotionally invested.
See, the thing is, you know, you can see he's been cast because he's a good-looking fella, but I'm sorry, his acting chops are not particularly great.
Oh, you don't like his acting chops? Well, I actually think he is a good actor, but you know, as we say, that's why we do these panels, because we all do have different opinions. To me, I think he is good. I just think he was wasted. And I think when it came to his death, the reveal, when he did die, and then when it was revealed he was a Cyberman, it didn't have the desired impact for me because the character development wasn't good enough, and the character itself wasn't believable enough. No matter how hard he tried as an actor, it was Stephen Moffat's writing that really was the shortfall in all of this. But look, he gets better. Series 8 was a bit of a mess for him, but he does kind of do well for Series 9. So I won't be too harsh on Moffat on Series 8. There was still some good stories in there, but the majority was rubbish. But you can't knock Peter Capaldi's acting. He was absolutely brilliant. So yeah, that's my rating anyway. So we'll go to Lee next.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's definitely better the second or third time around. But yeah, I mean, I still find a lot of issues, as you said, and I found as well some of the Cyberman shots, their costumes look really rubbery. Yeah, I mean, the plot's completely bonkers. I think Missy really elevates whatever, you know, Michelle Gomez elevates whatever she's given. And she's just thoroughly watchable. I'm not. Yeah, I mean, there is no chemistry at all between Clara and Danny Pink. You know, I think all those emotional points that they're trying to make don't really land because this kind of relationship just all of a sudden they're all together and it's it just I don't know, it just didn't really work for me. I don't know. What's her face? Brigadier's daughter's bland. Kate. Yeah, it's just bland.
Actually, I didn't even mention her in my review.
Yeah, well, that's it. She's
she's kind of forgettable. Same with Osgood.
Yeah. And then of course Osgood gets taken out, and it's like, well, we don't ever really find out that oh, don't worry, she's a Zygon. Yeah, it's kind of slapped down. This is typical Moffat second parter sort of drop the ball thing, which he's quite well known for, and rightly so, to be fair. There's not much I can really say. I mean, it's all right if you switch your brain off. There's some nice creepy moments in there. Didn't like the Brigadier thing. That's just not right. Also, the rain just instantly turning people to Cybermen just seems a bit, convenient because plot needs to happen. The Masters or Missy's plan to give the Doctor an army to make her as bad as she is, I think it's a kind of a. I mean, yeah, she's bonkers, but really that bonkers? It's really just a tough one, because the first time we watched it, I'm sure we're all going, "What the fuck? What the hell is this about?" And how could you let a good reveal just sort of descend into complete nonsense? But it's still kind of good fun to watch. Capaldi was. I don't think it was in his strongest performance, I have to say. I think there are some moments where it felt like you could see in his eyes, like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
A couple of times, to be honest. And the whole Gallifrey not being there. There's so many sort of elements in this. You think, well, what was the point of that? Really, I don't, because I was really thinking that this would lead to season 9 to be like the hunt for Gallifrey, and all these adventures would be around that. But no, it didn't happen that way.
Yeah, I thought
Clara should have
always
ended
thought that, but I thought Matt Smith's era was going to do that, Lee, as well.
It started it, didn't it?
Yeah, didn't it?
Yeah,
to look for Gallifrey, and I thought it would have been good. That's what I would have actually likened his era to be: the Doctor that actually goes to look for Gallifrey, and each season. Obviously, there's big clues at the end of the season finale that leads into the next with Peter's Doctor.
Yeah, really see that.
But go ahead, Lee.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say, really. I mean, it's a bit meh with a bit of genius, with a bit of more meh in it. So I'll give it a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. Thank you very much for that. We'll go to the Queen. Go ahead, Queen Charlotte.
I'll just add the bits that I don't think you two have said that I've liked. I really like how Missy's different. How Missy is, even at this early point, she's acting very, almost, like I said, for me it comes across as this fight in herself, that she still has that hatred of the Doctor. She still has all the issues the Master's had since the beginning. But it's like she wants to have a different tact, or she's trying to reach back a little bit more to what they had at the Academy days. And she's sort of looking back to that a bit more and being a bit more, what if I could get that again? So I like that as a different way to do a Master. We've had Johnson was the crazy one at this point. He was the one who was like cackling and doing all that. So Missy was a change of pace, which was needed, and I think Michelle just plays all those layers that I think her Master's already showing very well. Her and Peter, like, they're just you've all said that on screen. The chemistry's there, and I think in Peter's Doctor, you also see a bit of him being torn with Missy, because when the Master's just like a cackling villain, it's easy just to go, "You're nut job, you're horrible, you're this." But when the Master's showing a little bit of something different, I think the Doctor's also intrigued and a little bit, how do I deal with this? He's sort of he's disarmed quite a bit with Missy at this point, and that's interesting to see. So I like the writing around Missy and the performance. I loved near the end with Peter's Doctor in this, because at the beginning there is a bit of still like rabbit behind the headlight, rabbit in front of the headlights, a bit of I don't know what I'm doing still. But when he does that I'm an idiot bit, I feel like Peter's starting to get a bit more comfortable, a little bit more freer, that we see a lot more in the next season, and then we sort of see the perfect version of that in season 3. So I like that his Doctor's now starting to get out of that doubt phase. His Doctor's starting to feel like, yeah, I can be me. Because you can't, for me, you can't have a Doctor for multiple seasons being like that. So I like the fact that now, yes, Moffat, you're getting him out of that sort of slump. And yes, and I agree, it's some really creepy stuff, but once again, it's Clara. It's that sort of neediness, it's that commandingness, it's the bossiness. And it's the sort of Danny, I think he's shown he doesn't like the Doctor before. But to be that sort of, come on, like, you can't get your hands dirty, can you? And be quite horrible and vindictive in that scene with the Doctor. It does come across a little bit out of nowhere. Like, the only logic I can think of is he's angry because of what Clara said. Well, before she knew Danny was Danny. That's the only reason I can sort of explain that. So yeah, there is some major issues, but I love the Missy stuff. I love the Doctor stuff near the end. Performances from both of them. So yeah, I'll go 6.5.
Thank you very much for that, Queen Charlotte. And we go, that's it, isn't it? No, PD next, is it?
Yep.
Yeah, it's PD Rich next. And then everybody in the chat as well, give your scores if you haven't already.
I kind of feel like this now about this episode. It's when you know where it's going in season 9 and 10, it's a lot better. But when you didn't know where it was going back in season 8, it was awful, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, you can see this as a setup almost for a lot of...
Now we've seen where it's going. It's a lot better. I mean, I think Michelle's acting is brilliant. I think Peter's acting is good in this one. But I just thought the Clara stuff was just totally annoying in this one. Pretending to be the Doctor was just a bit of a pain in the backside. And I just think, Danny's been wasted, and who the hell's Olsen Pink now? Because it can't happen because they never got together. Another kind of loose end. But it's not a bad episode, but I just think it's a bit like it's been cobbled together from like 5 or 6 ideas just to finish it off. And as we all know, Moffat is not a finisher; he's a starter. So it's I think I'm struggling, but I think I'll give it a 7. But it's not the worst Doctor Who episode out there now from New Who. There's a lot more worse.
Well, we won't. Yeah,
there's a lot worse out there now. We can't complain too much.
Yeah, right. I mean, I remember when we were reviewing some of the Whittaker episodes, they got minus scores.
We gave them poopies. I gave them poopies.
You gave
we just didn't give it a score. I think I did that a few times.
Yeah, we just didn't bother even giving it a score. Some weeks it was just. Yeah, and the fireworks are going off again, and poor Ted now is fucking...
It's fireworks season, isn't it?
He's in bits, he is. So we got a 7.5 from Unknown. So yeah, get in your scores, please. Get in your scores. Because we're going to be wrapping up shortly. While you are doing that, actually, we'll get everybody to do their shout-outs as usual. So we'll start with the Queen.
Yeah, so last night, Dan dropped our sort of Type 40 podcast review of Legend of the Sea Devils, where you've got me, Dan, and Kyle sort of trying to talk about that episode as best we can, and you can see us have fun. I have a bit of a rant also, I think, halfway through.
I watched it.
If you want to listen to me rant, you can get that.
I watched it earlier. I thought, and you were the most generous by giving it 1 out of 10 or whatever.
But
everyone else keep it
oh,
zero.
trust me, folks. I had my little moment of just
Yeah.
So if you want to watch that, That's on the Spacebook.
Fantastic. Lee, short and sweet.
But, oh yeah, yeah. Instagram, YouTube channel, Audred, audiovisual, AUDRED.
There you go. See, as I said, short and simple. PD.
Just like me.
You can mostly find me in the chat on Rabbi's channel at the weekends now, not during the week.
Oh, it's weekends now, is it?
It's just weekends now. I'm only there at weekends. But also, could you go and subscribe to Gobby Guy and Jack's channel as well?
Yeah,
Drawing
exactly.
Jack
Yeah,
Rabbit,
yeah.
one
Jordan,
word.
Jack,
Someone.
yeah, that's it. And of course, I will give a shout out to Daniel's channel. So Scottish Stavros and friends wrestle with pop culture. I got it right this time. Jesus Christ.
It's very long, but it's
I
good.
know,
It's a
you
wrestling
had to-
thing,
But you
I like
know
it.
what? It actually describes what Daniel's channel is, because he does actually do wrestling and he talks pop culture, so it makes
And he's
it
just
makes
Bobby
sense.
Stavros.
It's a long ass fucking name. That's all. But the legend, anyway. We haven't seen him around because Celtic didn't too bad. I did very bad in the Champions League, so I didn't even do a FIFA stream because when I was on Twitter
Thoughts and prayers to
I noticed
Stavros.
I
Thoughts
noticed
and
he
prayers.
wasn't tweeting. So I said I better not ask him. Will I do a FIFA 23 stream, because he's probably not in
Not
the
in the
mood
best
of watching
frame,
football
yeah.
right now.
Yeah, probably rubbing it in a bit. What
Yeah.
do you think?
So I left it. But yeah, you could tell when he really takes it to heart. And of course, I'm the same with my team. They play tomorrow, by the way. But we will be back tomorrow, 6:00, because we're doing that stream that we spoke about last week, the mental health stream. So what's going to happen is basically I'll come on, and if there's people in the chat that want to share their experience of what they've been through in this fandom and how it's affected your mental health, basically tell your story to others in here, and maybe people in the chat then could share their stories. And for people like us that have been through it, maybe we can give you some advice on how to deal with it as well. But we want to bring awareness to what's happening in the fandom, especially what's going to be coming in the next 11 days or so, because if it is any indication what's happened to me today, this is going to be very, very prevalent in the fandom. Also, Memory Factory thinks that he can call me out on Twitter. So I'm just going to say something to you, you little muppet, right? It's as simple as this. If these little assholes want to come onto my account because I've put up a tweet that somehow offends them, that's on them, not on me. They have the choice to mute, block, ignore, or not react to any of my tweets. They have decided to react to my tweets. So if they do that, I'm going to react in kind. So maybe keep your nose out of me business, because obviously you are watching the member stream today, but I am talking to YouTube because I want to make sure that you're not able to renew your membership. Because if you're only in there to store it, I'm just going to tell you, right? All the promises that you made, you're just a bullshit artist. So shut your mouth talking about me. Yeah? Okay? Mind your own business, that you've no business talking about me, right? If these people, as I said, want to get offended by something that I've written up, that's on them, not me. They can choose to ignore me, but they choose not to ignore me. So if they choose to come in today and dogpile me like they did today, well, then I have the option of ramming that down their throats. And that's exactly what I did, because they're all shut up now. None of them have said anything in a couple of hours. And why? Because you don't mess with a wolf. All right? They're sheep. You're a sheep. So shut the fuck up, mind your own business, and start playing with your new friends that you've made. Yeah? And that goes for that other little traitor as well. Yeah? Like and post from Safe Space Who, when people are dogpiling me. Typical backstabbing bastards in this fandom. Right? So don't come at me, because if you think because I toned it down over the last couple of years that Noel's gone soft all of a sudden, ha ha ha, yous are absolutely fucking wrong. I will annihilate yous all like I did for the last 5 fucking years. Now mind your own business. Keep your nose out of my business. Yeah, and if these little twats are gonna react to me, well, then I have every right to respond, and that's exactly what I'm going to do until the end of this era, and then I'm done with them. They can say what the hell they want, yeah, because they'll be blown into the wind. All right, so mind your own business, and I don't care, right? Keep your apologies, shove your apologies. They mean nothing. They mean absolutely nothing. You've apologized to me, Lee, and others in this fandom several times. And then every opportunity that you get to stick the knife in, you take it. So I'm telling you now, keep your apologies to yourself. Stick with your new little friends, right? Because they will put you on their platform. That's all you've ever wanted anyway, is a platform to spew your fucking shite and nonsense. Yeah? Now, you pop along and leave it to the fucking adults to fucking make sure that this fandom is fucking safe for everybody. Because as long as idiots like you are around, this fandom is never safe. And that goes for the lot of yous as well that think that you can come at me, right? This is your chance, yeah? My advice to you after this episode is to run. Because 5 years people have waited for this moment.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I can tell you
Yes.
there's a wave of shit coming your way. Not from me, because I don't give a shit.
Everyone.
But there's other people out there that have been waiting for this time. And if you think you are getting out of this fandom unscathed, you are going to see the wrath of this fandom now, right? You have had your fun for the last 5 years. It's over.
Yeah.
Especially as, let's be honest, the BBC is no longer going to support certain fans.
No,
And you're
Yeah.
gonna realise that as soon as Jodie bursts into flames. You might
Yep.
think you're safe and you're in with the BBC.
you're not.
Russell doesn't care. BBC doesn't care. Why
They
do you
used
think
you.
why do we think we're getting David Tennant for the 60th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your
Exactly.
answer. That's
And
how
I would
much
say-
they care.
Can I just say one more thing without going into another big rant? But I would like to say to YouTube as well, you have a responsibility on this platform. There are obviously people that are trolls on this platform and are harassing people on this platform. But yeah, after we block their channels, you're still allowing those channels to sign up for membership so they can troll people in their membership streams. You need to get your act together as well. When we block a YouTube channel on YouTube, they should not be allowed to set up a membership so they can continue to spy, troll, or whatever I do on my streams, because that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
Right, I'm doing membership streams now. These little assholes are going to be spying, and then they're going to go on to Twitter. Then, oh, this is what NuWhoZone said in these membership streams. None of your fucking business.
Yeah. No,
None of your business anyway.
but it does show how insecure they are, doesn't it?
Yeah, I know, but that's not
Massively
the point.
insecure they
They're
are.
like, people are coming at me, right? Don't be coming at me. These people are the ones that are reacting to my tweets. I don't care if you don't like the fact that I think that Jodie Whittaker is a horrible doctor. I don't care. I don't care if you don't like the fact that I think that Jodie Whittaker is not really a nice person and is vindictive. I don't care, right? You don't have to react to my tweets, right? Yous are reacting, right? I'm living inside your heads rent-free the last 5 fucking years. Cop on to yourselves. Get a grip, move on, and get a life. If you don't like what I say, as I said, there's a block button, there's a mute button. There's buttons at your disposal to fucking use. Use them. But don't be coming at me and being offended because I wrote something up. That's on you. No, I'm not going to take responsibility for you being a sensitive little shit. Right? Okay? Everybody's entitled to different opinions. Right? And if you're afraid of different opinions and different points of view, I suggest you get off social media.
Yeah, afraid to be
Right.
human, to be an individual. aren't they?
Okay? Yous are acting like a bunch of bloody, as if yous are the Third Reich, and yous on the fandom, policing the fandom,
Remember what happened to the Third Reich?
telling fans what they should and shouldn't think. How dare you? If I don't think she's a good doctor, I'll put it up, right? And if I want to call out people that are pretending to be going to the premiere, right, I'll call them out. No, don't be fucking lying to people, right? If you have a problem with that as well, I don't give a shit. Don't care. Get over yourselves. Your time's up. Time's up. And I tell you, some of you don't even know what's coming for you. I'm not even gonna, it's not even me. I already know. 5 years pent up anger, people telling people for the last 5 years they're not fans. You think nobody's going to react to that? React to all of that stuff that's been going on for 5 years, the bullying, the harassment from you, and you think that after this episode drops, everything's going to be rosy? I predicted all of this last year when all the sequence of events, and so far everything's happened. And in 11 days' time, whenever it is, all hell is going to break loose in this fandom. And I tell you, some people are going to want to settle scores, and they're going to be settled. You can't just go around, bully, harass, and abuse and tell fans for the last 5 years that they're not real fans because they didn't support the doctor that was brought in for political reasons and not for the right reasons. And you change the gender of a character on a whim. It wasn't done for the right reasons. If you don't cast and pick the best people for the job, then you're doing it for the wrong reasons. And we saw through it, right? And then she compounded it all then by doing her stupid little interviews, the white male gaze, the breaking of the glass ceiling video, the stylist video. It all adds up. And then all you little muppets and the media supported just went and then dogpiled this fandom for the last 5 years. And yet you all think there will be no retribution. Yous are in for a surprise. All hell is going to break. I'm going to be sitting back and laughing at you all. Because you deserve it. And I'm not going to have any sympathy for any of this. This is what you deserve. And you deserve it even more for the fact that you supported Chris Chibnall when you knew everything he was doing was wrong. And he wasn't actually doing you our doctor justice. But you still stood by him anyway. And then when it's coming to an end, you all decide that, oh, maybe we will criticise him. Too late. Keep your mouth shut. Should have said it from day one. But you didn't. Yous all supported this era. Yous are all responsible for the downfall of this era. We tried to protect it. We tried to tell you where it went wrong, and we were vindicated. And you know what? That's why yous are coming after me. That's why yous are coming after me, because yous realise I was telling the truth all along. Well, I'm sorry. That's not my fault. That's your fault for not seeing what was right in front of yous for the last 5 years. She failed because she didn't do the research. She failed because she didn't care. She failed because she used Doctor Who, it'd be nice on her CV, as a step up. She thought it would actually benefit a career. It's probably had the opposite effect. Then you had a showrunner who came in and thought everything was wrong with the show, and he thought he knew best, and it wasn't a democracy, and he was going to make the changes that he made. And you think fans were just going to sit back for the last 5 years and just take that? No. We were always going to complain. We were always going to have our opinions. The problem is that you guys just couldn't accept that. Oh, nobody on this panel, and I can speak for them all, we did not give two flying fucks who liked this era. I actually didn't. I don't give a fuck if it has fans. Right? Yous were entitled to have your opinion say how great she was and how all the others were great. But as soon as we said that negative, yous dogpiled us. You jumped on us. Now, I'm not saying that none of yous went through that with certain people in this fandom. Of course, it does happen. It happens in every fandom. But I never did that. And I know people on the panel never did that. But yet we were targeted, and we're the bigot sexists, and we're the ones that are toxic. This fandom wasn't.
And we were also attacked even when we were trying to talk about other things.
Exactly.
When we were trying to not be part of the fandom because of the experience.
Exactly.
So we weren't even allowed to talk about the other things we liked.
Exactly. When I did start talking about different things on this channel, what was happening? You're still getting people coming in complaining about me. Right? So I don't care. Look, you've had your day today, or so you've thought, right? And you can come in for the rest of the 11 days and dogpile me all you want. The response is going to be the same, right? It's not my fault you are offended. There's a mute button, there's a block button, and if you refuse to use that and you continue to get offended, well, then don't blame me for responding back to you. Yeah. Right? And I've noticed the people that did earlier today have all shut the fuck up, and that's the right thing to do. Yeah. Know when you are beaten. All right? I'm still
do you think they realise, Noel, that their behaviour actually offends us?
No.
They don't care.
They don't care.
Too stupid.
They only care about themselves.
They don't care anyway.
Challenged.
Okay, even if they do, right? They just don't care, right? They have their way of thinking. They have their opinions, and if we don't agree with them, right, it doesn't matter. once we don't agree with them, we're what's wrong with the fandom, right? That's it. It doesn't matter what it is. It can be any little issue within the show. It doesn't matter. Once we disagree with them on anything, it doesn't even have to be Tasman and all those main things. It could be the smallest little thing, right? And they'll jump on you for it, right? You're not allowed to think differently in this fandom since they came on board when Jodie Whittaker came on board. But that's going to change because fans now will see. They've, as I said, once this era is done, they've lost all their power anyway, right? So fans will just get back to talking Doctor Who, which we've already seen, right? Even RTD's era continues to trend, even though we have this episode coming up, right? Shooty is trending because he's told the fandom that he's watching episodes. RTD gave him a starter pack and he's watching all these stories and he's telling us which ones are his favourite. We're talking about the next era of Doctor Who. The fandom has already moved on. This thing just happens to be hanging in the air like a bad smell. But it's going to be gone in 11 days.
Yeah, we open the window in 11 days. And turn on the air conditioner.
They don't even realise
Salt
what's
the
coming
earth.
for them. I tried to tell them, I've been trying to warn them.
Burn
I'm actually
sage.
trying to warn them. I'm actually just trying to warn them because I don't want them to be
They won't
dogpiled or to be attacked the way I was, because it's not nice. It has an effect on your mental health. It really does.
I think
You know,
their mental health is
the
already
best thing I would do
Yeah.
is the ones that said that we're going to leave this fandom after Jodie left. That's the best thing you could do for the sake of the fandom. That is the best thing you could do. Move on to other things. You have done your damage. Congratulations. Give yourselves a medal. You have ruined the TV show. Well done. Now you can move on and do that to some other poor fucking franchise. Right? Leave us to pick up the pieces now and see if we can bring this fandom back to some normality, which I doubt will ever happen. And hopefully RTD can pull out his miracle wand and we'll actually get a second
I beg your pardon.
golden era. What?
Pulling out his miracle wand, you filthy beast.
Lee.
That's you and your filthy mind. I wasn't even thinking that when I said that. Now you have me thinking that, you
It's not my
filthy
type,
filthy
mate.
lad.
It's not my type.
Anyway,
Waving
Shooty
his
has already
miracle
done more
wand.
work than Jodie. Exactly. He already has. He's watched and he's told the fans, and that's brilliant. And I said it the other day, and I'll say it again. I really have a good feeling in my bones about this one. I think this is going to be a good one. Really do. I just feel it, man. He's saying and doing all the right things. He's keeping his head down. And if he's watching classic era as well, someone did say that's
It's
actually
interesting.
it's interesting. Charlotte said it. That's interesting, and it is interesting because RTD is not excluding. You know, it's shown that RTD
He's
wants to
being
see the
inclusive.
whole history of the show. So that's
to be
something
seen.
good, and that's something that should be praised. So if you see, if you're on Instagram and you see that post, go in and tell Shooty that you appreciate the fact that he's watching these episodes and he's doing the research. And you never know, you know. So far, he's saying he's got episodes that he likes. He may become a fan like Matt Smith did. So embrace this. This has been a long time in it coming. Getting someone that we know, that we can see, or whatever they put. Even if he didn't care, right? He's saying and doing all the right things, right? That's good enough for us. We don't care what he thinks personally, right? When you see the stuff he's posted to us, that shows us that there's interest there. But personally, even if he's like, oh, I don't like these episodes, you know, that doesn't make a difference to us. The fact that he's putting up that he's watching these, that's what we care about. And I'm not saying every, you know, because they used to throw this at us. Oh, I don't know. My doctors are saying that the doctor should be a fan of the show. No, we've never said that. We actually have never said that.
No, they should have an understanding.
Exactly.
No much
Exactly.
difference.
And do some basic research. It's not hard, and fans appreciate that sort of stuff. So as I said, he's kept his head down. He's said and done all the right things. So I look, I have good hopes for him, right? And his dress sense, and I'm just going to say I'm fanboying a bit here, but by God, can that man dress? oh, fucking hell, man, he has some dress sense. He was wearing
Yeah.
this snazzy suit the other day, and I was kind of like thinking, Jesus, that would make a great costume. It's just a plain old suit, but because whatever, I don't know what he did, it's just because he's in it, it just elevates it somehow. So I'm fanboying a bit, I have to say. So that's good. But yeah, snazzy, and I reckon his costume's going to be cool.
Well,
I hope
It'll
it's
be-
kind of.
ridiculous.
I think it'll be very him, whatever.
I
it
hope it's
is.
Victorian or something. I hope it's Victorian with a bit of a modern twist to it.
Let's hope it's like 180 degrees from what Jodie Whittaker's been wearing. Let's put it
Yeah,
that way.
well, and that's different. Yeah, I agree with you there. We can all agree on that one. But yeah, but I look forward to it now, and see what happens.
Well,
But,
you never know. Is it November they're shooting? Is the sort of month that's been thrown around? We might get a costume reveal in the next couple of months.
Yeah. Did they not say that they were filming this month?
Is it not November? I remember.
Was
I
it
think the date
November or was it the end of this month? I think it was either November. You're probably right. It's probably either the end of this month or November.
So
But
we
yeah,
could get a reveal.
exactly, because there will be shooting
Maybe
outside.
that's what they're counting down to.
Well, there could be outdoor shoot. Yeah, that's exactly what it could be, because think about it logically. If they're going to be filming, say, in the next few weeks or in November, they're going to need to release that costume because there's going to
So
be
they
fans
could
there.
maybe the last picture.
Yeah, so you can start seeing prop
maybe
merch.
the last picture of Shooty's outfit.
Exactly. There you go. That's probably. And what did I say? The next reveal will probably be the costume, and then maybe the companion logo has already looked like the logo is already out. So I did say logo, costume, companion. It could go that way. Look.
Well, think about it. I think we could get logo at the end of Jodie's episode, as like Doctor Who will return with the new logo. Then maybe Shooty's outfit in this countdown, or maybe before then. And then companion.
If that photograph is gonna drop, right? I say on the centenary episode, it'll stay on Jodie's face, and then the next day, then will be the costume reveal of Shooty.
Because we know what Tennant's wearing. That's what I'm thinking. We know Tennant's costume.
We know Tennant's costume,
and he's not.
And he's not the 14th Doctor anyway. He's playing a Doctor. We just don't know if he's playing his version or some weird fucking whatever version. I don't know. We'll find out anyway. It's intriguing. It's all intriguing. I'll wear Jodie's costume for Halloween. This is a joke. Don't wish to scare any kids unnecessarily. I should make the panel for the watch along. I'll wear Jodie Whittaker t-shirts, shouldn't I? And just have underneath the ding dong you can fill in the blanks yourself. I threw that tweet up earlier today as well. Like, that's all I said. And fill in the blanks yourselves, yeah. And that one caused, like, it's not my fault. If you're reacting, as I said, you don't have to follow me. You don't have to spy on my account. You don't have to, I'm pretty sure some of the big accounts retweet me, and that's why I got so much heat anyway, because it's always the usual. They always do. They don't like to get their fingers dirty, but they will retweet me so the others will dogpile me on their behalf. They really are pathetic, and we know who they are. You know who these people are. Like, it's sad. Still after 5 years, this is still coming after me. If he's not learned his lesson, I'm not going to stop having my opinions, folks. I'm sorry. I know that's kind of hard for you to comprehend, that some people out there are still strong-willed and strong-minded enough, and are still self-independent, that they actually have their own opinions. I'm sorry I'm not part of the hive mind. I'm sorry I'm not a sheep. Actually, I'm not sorry. Why would I want to be any of them? Individuality is being erased. Yeah? Nobody is allowed to be an individual. Well, I'm sorry. As long as I'm living on this fucking planet, I will remain an individual. I will have independent thought, and nobody will tell me what to think or how to feel. So you just want to get with it, because I thought after 5 years you would, but clearly not. Clearly he's needed to be called out and educated again. And as long as you keep doing it until the end of this era, bring it on, as I said. because you ain't silencing me, shutting me up. And as I said, don't forget to tune into my channel for the watch along. While you are watching, you come watch me bash it, right? And then we'll be doing a review where we'll be ripping the piss out of it. So don't forget, from 7:30, the 23rd of this month, as you know, yeah, on the NuWhoZone, right here. All you J-bots, come on in. All you Tassie stands, come on in. And yeah, boost me numbers. Because you won't be able to help you yourselves. You can't stay away. So I look forward to seeing you all in the chat. Yeah, it'll be an epic night. Anyway, we will leave it there. So if any of the panel would like to add anything before we do go, if there's anything you would like to comment on or say before we leave. Our reviews are in. Apparently, it's good.
That's the media, though.
That's the media.
Yeah.
Listen, it doesn't matter how bad this episode is going to be. The media are going to be generous with this one because it is our last one, just like they were generous with our first one. Remember, the media kind of has started to criticize these specials, right? But they won't criticize the last one. So I don't trust Hugh Fullerton and co because they've been lying through their nose and lying through their teeth at this fandom for the last 5 years, and have even engaged in articles where they have put targets on our back. So I don't believe the media. I will judge the episode for myself. But what I've been told is that the trailer are the best bits of the episode. So, like, of course the media are going to be nice about it. It's our last one. They're hardly going to come out and say, oh, Doctor's Final Adventure is rubbish. We hate Chris Chib. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. They're going to be kind to her and him for this last one, no matter how bad it is. And I wouldn't be listening to any of those journalists, especially Hugh Fullerton and all of those people that got a special invite. Remember, they've all been licking Chris Chibnall's nose hairs, right? So that's how they got invited to these premieres, right? Because they've been on his side, right, and praising him. So of course, people have been praising and saying that this era of Doctor Who is underrated are obviously going to come out and say that this episode is great. I did see one review where they said it was fun. And I says, well, fans don't give a shit about fun, especially when it comes to Chris Chibnall there, because we hear from journalists that it's always fun. But tell me, do they resolve the timeless children nonsense? Is everything fixed with that? Is William Hartnell still the first Doctor? These are things that fans are concerned about, not that it's fun. Right? Doctor Who should be fun. That's a given. Right? It's a given. That shouldn't be a review. Oh, it's fun. Right? It should be a given that it's fun. Right? But it should also have all of those other elements. Right? So that's what we're worried about. Timeless children nonsense. The cyber lords. The cyber fucking... the Time Lords being bastardized. Right? The origins being revealed. Yeah? And how those origins came about, which is another tweet that upset these little morons. Listen for a minute. Woman found child. Woman kidnapped child. Right? Child gets thrown off a cliff. Child is dying, regenerates. Woman that's looked after that child then sticks a fucking injection tube into that child. Therefore murders that child because this is the thing that you are missing, these little morons, right? The ones that are calling you, well, you're pulling at straws here. I'll tell you now, right? Right? Soon as she injected that child the first time, she didn't know how that was going to end. She didn't know whether that child was going to regenerate. And every time she injected that child, she didn't know if that child was going to regenerate. So yes, she murdered that child multiple fucking times because she didn't know in the first place. Okay? So it's a bit of a technicality, but that's exactly what happened. Right? She experimented and abused that child. Right? Now, if you fail to see that, right, and say, oh, I'm a terrible person for saying that, right? It's a family show, and he showed that on screen. We were showing her sticking the needle in the child, right? That's child abuse. It's just like when you all say, oh, they glamorize violence in movies, or they glamorize drug use and gun violence. Same thing here, right? glamorizing child abuse. That's exactly what it was.
That's what that Comic-Con
Right?
panel said,
A mother,
didn't they?
a mother bloody fucking a woman kidnaps a fucking child that's not even hers, brings her home, raises that child as her own, and then as soon as the child has an accident because she's thrown off a cliff by a toxic male, right? Regenerates, right? She sees this, goes, oh, I'm a scientist, I'm going to experiment on that child. You think that's okay? You think that's okay? Sorry. I'm sorry, but in no sane world is child abuse okay. So no, I'm not pulling at straws here. It's the fact of the matter, right? You mightn't like the way I'm putting it, but that's exactly what happened on screen. Now, if you want to twist it in a way that doesn't sound as bad and then make out that I'm the bad one, well, then that's on you, you plank. That's on you, you plank. Right? Bottom line is that's exactly what we saw on screen. And I'm sorry, I don't want that to be the foundation of the fucking Time Lords. Right? No fucking way. No way. The abuse and the murder of a child is the foundation, because that's what it is. To gain this power, that's why she did it. The foundation of the Time Lords. And it's already been rejected. You go to the trailers on YouTube, they've already been downvoted more than it's been upvoted. Right? The fandom has firmly rejected this timeless child. So they're the things, Hugh Fullerton and all you magazines out there that are doing reviews of this and saying it's great. Are those issues resolved? Because if they're not, to us it's not great. Okay? It's another shit show. It's another train wreck. Okay? So it doesn't matter how this ends. If those things are not resolved, then sorry, it's crap. Okay? Because we don't accept this, right? William Hartnell also, the Root Doctor, has that been resolved, right? Because William Hartnell is the Fourth Doctor and will always be the Fourth Doctor. There is no other Doctor before him, even if it was or wasn't hinted at. I don't give a shit. Nobody touched it. He's the Fourth Doctor. End of story. Don't like that because he's a white male. Boo fucking who. We're all sick. He is going crying about, oh, another white male. There's nothing wrong with men. Right? Nothing. And half of you little fucking idiots wouldn't even be around because it takes two to tango. Yeah? Back in the day, you used to take two to tango. I know you can do it differently nowadays. But remember, you need a man too, you know, to make the miracle happen. You know what I mean? So have
the
fucking
miracles,
respect.
the miracle ones being sort of, you know.
Right? So don't be giving me all this, sick of all these toxic white male case, blah, 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 boo fucking who, get over it. If you don't like the way society is run, I suggest that you find a piece of land somewhere or a continent that we don't fucking live on, right, and set up your own society.
California.
And then see how long you will actually fucking last as a society. Your society will collapse within a couple of fucking years. Because it'll just get progressively worse because they'll be always so, me, pay attention to me. Oh, my group is being me. Seriously. Right.
Sorry to any dogs in the audience. Sorry, it's got
cats or human beings.
Yeah, sorry. But it's always the same, man. It's me. Oh, look at me. I'm being neglected. Oh, this genre forgot about me. Oh, but I never read a comic in my life, but I'm going to complain now. Oh, Doctor Who should be for everybody. As I explained, right, Doctor Who isn't for everybody. This is the thing, and this is the problem with Hollywood right now. They forget that all of these franchises are specialized. Now, while they are specialized, nobody is stopping anybody from becoming a fan of these. The problem with franchises now is they want them all to appeal to everybody. But unfortunately, they don't appeal to everybody. Because if they did, we wouldn't be in the situation that we're in right now because everybody would be watching. But the fact of the matter is, and the reality of the situation is that there are people out there that don't like Doctor Who. There are people out there that don't like Star Wars. There are people out there that don't like Star Trek. But there's nothing wrong with that. They like other shows, other franchises that appeal to them. And this is the problem. We've got to move away from this thing where, we've got to make all these shows to appeal to everybody. No. You make the show for the people that are actually interested in these shows. And yes, if you bring in new fans, all well and good. And we're all for that. right? But you don't fundamentally change a show completely because you want to appeal to mass audiences. Because what happens?
Doctor Who has always worked because it was made and designed for intelligent 10-year-old boys, basically.
Exactly.
And it's the
And
same
now
with
it's-
Star Wars, and it doesn't work when you try to feminize a brand like that, because the majority of the fans have never really been girls. I mean, there are girls who like it, and rightfully so, but
Yeah.
you know, the majority of the fans have been male. That's not exclusionary. That's just because that's always been the way it has been. You know, I mean, girls back in the day generally looked down on boys who liked science fiction and Doctor Who. Not saying everybody, I'm just saying in general, that's how it was before. NuWho brought in a new audience, certainly of girls, but girls liked Doctor Who because David Tennant was hot to look at.
And not
effectively.
only
Not
that,
for me. Not
well,
for
not
me.
only
Well,
that, it
Matt Smith
did appeal to. This is what I'm saying though. Even back in classic Who, there were women that were fans of Doctor Who. They just weren't.
Yeah, but they liked it for the same reasons that the boys liked it.
Exactly,
And not
but
because they wanted to change it to make it more feminine, because they liked how it was. And, you know, I think that's what it should remain true to. And it works better that way.
Yeah, and
And
I can
Doctor Who
say
works as a show better
I
that
can
way.
say this as a female fan. It actually alienates a big chunk of us when you suddenly turn around and say, "Now the show's for you." When it's like, I've been here for years. I don't need to suddenly be
Yeah.
told what the show's for me.
Yeah.
That's what I
It
mean. I mean, did
alienates
you
a lot
ever?
of female fans.
I'll ask you this because you are the only woman on the panel right now. As a fan, a Doctor Who fan, when you first came into this fandom, I'll ask you this question: did you in any way feel that you weren't welcome in this fandom when
Oh.
you?
The way I got introduced to Doctor Who was the for Eccleston with the "Do you want to go on an adventure?" I watched them. I was just intrigued. I was like, "What's this Doctor Who thing? Like, why is this fella?
Yeah.
Why has he got the flames?" And I asked my dad, and I just said, "What's Doctor Who?" And he told me, "Oh, it's an old show from when I was growing up. It's sci-fi. It's genre. You might like it. Give it a go." And he actually watched it with me, and that was my way to get into the show. And I never felt.
Oh, your
An
dad.
evil, toxic male introduced
Yes.
you to
Wow.
Doctor. Oh, dear God.
That's
can't
the,
have that.
I think
There's no
you did
female
tell that
agency
story.
there.
I don't know if you told that story before here, and I'm sorry if I have forgotten. You probably actually have.
I
More
don't
than
think I
likely you
have on this. I've told it on Dan's stream a few times,
All right.
but I don't think I've told it on here. So that was
But
how
there
I
you
got
go.
into
So
Doctor
your
Who.
dad, just like my dad, right, passed the show on to me. You know what I mean? This is the thing as well that these fans don't understand why we're so passionate and vocal. Is that, as you said, your dad passed it down to you. Like, oh yeah, give it a go. And he sat there and he watched it with us. So it was something that
Yeah,
two different generations were able to come up together to watch this TV show. And that's what RTD was very good at doing. This is what I'm saying. This genre, right? Because the actress on She-Hulk said that Marvel genre neglected and forgot people. No, it didn't. The people that have watched these shows or bought the comic books are exactly the people that these shows attracted, and movies and comic books, right? Because they are specialized. Soon as you start trying to make it for everybody. Now, RTD found the formula though. He could bring in us old fans, and he introduced it to some new fans. And for those years, it worked. It worked. Look, we were all together.
Yeah,
during the RTD era. We were all in unison. Nobody
Yeah.
was ever complaining. The fandom was at peace.
On a Saturday, it would be my dad, me, and my brother. We'd watch it. My mum would sort of be in the lounge and not
Yeah.
quite watch it. Like, that's how we did
Well,
it.
she'd be there in the background. Yeah, just like my man.
No, and especially with Russell's run, I've said this before also, like, what if you're trying to tell me the show wasn't for girls? But what was the first episode of the new run called? Rose. Who was the main character in that first episode?
I know.
Rose.
And were we complaining that the Doctor was being overshadowed by this character? No. Why?
No, because Russell was clever. He knew for fans like me, if you put the Doctor a little bit to the side, not completely,
For the
but
first
a
episode, yeah.
little bit, you actually get more intrigued, and that's what
Exactly.
happened with me. I was just like, okay, I'm even more in, like, who is this guy? Like, why has he got all this knowledge? Like, why is he an alien? Like, what's going on? It made me be like that.
Jesus, look at all these toxic white males passing Doctor Who on to their nephews and nieces and sons and daughters. Jesus Christ.
So sexist.
It's, I tell you, isn't it? It's absolutely disgraceful. How dare those toxic white males pass Doctor Who on?
Yeah, evil.
No, but that's what I can say as a female. It's more insulting when we
It is
suddenly get
insulting.
told, "Oh, now it's for you." It's like, no, I didn't need a female Doctor. Thank
I
you.
didn't need
It
to
was
be told
always
or
for
pandered to.
me.
It was
Exactly.
always for me.
Exactly.
It was
This
always
show's
open
for
for
you.
everybody. It's just that it worked because it was made for intelligent 10-year-old boys.
Exactly.
But that doesn't mean that
Girls
girls
couldn't
and
enjoy it.
women and men and whatever you choose to identify as couldn't enjoy it. It was always open for everybody. It was just aimed at a specific demographic. And that's why it was so successful. That's what made it work. That's what made it Doctor Who.
Well, it
Doesn't mean
worked.
other people can't enjoy
And
it.
then as society changes and people's personal preferences and tastes change, fandoms change. And then all of a sudden, then you see an influx of more women in the fandom, which is great to see. And I love it because they've got every right to have the opinions that we have on a TV show and shouldn't be treated any fucking less than fans. End of story. And as you said, it doesn't matter what you identify as, right? What your sexuality is or what you fucking believe in. If you're a fan of Doctor Who, well done. We welcome you to the fandom. But what you cannot do is then come in then and start dictating to the fans that have actually safeguarded and protected and watched this show and bought the merch when the show was on the rocks and when it was on screen.
All this has proven is that Doctor Who should be gatekept, frankly. Because it needs to be protected from radical elements who want to come in, colonize it, and utilize it for their own ends.
Exactly.
Absolutely, all these fandoms should be gatekept in future because the problem is these fandoms have been so welcoming and allowed anyone in without question. And then look what happened; it got abused. So I think it's from now on. We need to be a bit more.
I think we do need to be careful. I do. Yeah, I agree with you there. I think we've learned harsh lessons over these last 5 years. And remember, it's not just their fandom, but I think our fandom. Listen, Star Wars fans and Star Trek fans have every right to complain as well, right? And their fandoms are in a bit of a disarray. But I think the worst fandom, seriously though, but the worst fandom. It's number one. It's this fandom. This fandom is the most toxic.
It used to be the best fandom to be in.
And now
always passionate, always fun, always engaging. And then ever since all this nonsense started around 2015, 16, it's just become the worst fandom there is. And I think everyone outside looking in notices that as well.
Exactly.
Our fault. We've been here the longest. There wasn't this problem before, but as soon as these gobshites turned up and then blaming everyone else for being toxic, I'm sure that's sheer projection because it wasn't like this before you fuckers turned up.
That's what I mean. That is the point. You're right. And then they try to twist it and then say, well, when we come in, that's when yous became toxic. No.
That's when you took over.
Yous came in, and as soon as anybody had a bad word to say about you, our precious Jodie Whittaker, when she did that stylist video and I called her out, for example, when I actually came out and said that, this is what I said at the time. I said, I think it's highly disrespectful that the new Doctor, the person that comes in to play the new Doctor, is mocking fans, right? Now, to you, that might have been a joke and a laugh, right? And maybe if we weren't fans, we'd probably be joking and laughing with you and think it is a bit of fun. But the problem is we are fans. We're emotionally connected to the show, as you've heard, right? We've been fans of it. We've bought the merch. We've done everything to support this franchise, right? And then you guys come in then and say, okay, well, I don't like that in the show. Oh, that episode was racist. I think we should have that cancelled. right? And then when poor fucking Emily Cook did a watch along, because she didn't like a certain writer, he's decided to put pressure on her to change the episode. And that was the biggest mistake I think she did make, was cancel that Garrett Roberts episode. So we ended up doing it instead, and we got great support for that stream. Nobody should be cancelled. You separate the artist from the individual. And to be quite honest with you, Garrett Roberts is well within his right to have the complaints that he has, because he has been cancelled, all because some little twat didn't want to be in a book with him, because he made joke tweets about 7-8 years ago now at this stage. It's actually even longer now at this stage, and that bloke is being cancelled. But I'm sorry, his Doctor Who stories are great, so we're going to celebrate them, because he's a celebrated writer on Doctor Who, and I don't care if that offends you. This is what I've had a problem with you guys. If you had to just come into the fandom like the fans did in 2005 and enjoyed the show,
they
like
love
we
cancelling
did,
gay men. They love
right?
cancelling
Then
gay
we would
men.
have no problem with you.
Dissent, you know,
Yeah,
you
you
like
just
what
come
they
in,
say.
you start dictate, you dictate to Lee, a gay man, it's calling him homophobic, right? Calling out bleeding other people as well, calling them all sorts of phobes or sexist bigots without impunity, right? And the media backs
With
you up as well.
impunity.
But
With
impunity, sorry.
No.
But then the media backs you up as
Not
well.
going to have that anymore.
So you've had friends in powerful places, but the media won't be backing you up this time when RTD comes along. Because when the RTD era starts, or when the 60th drops, whenever it drops, people are going to see the difference in the quality of writing. And a lot of these journalists, along with a lot of you fans, are going to come to the realization that the last 5 years you have been fed has been absolutely a dumpster fire. And that realization will hit us, that this era has been a complete dumpster fire, because you're going to see what proper Doctor Who is like. Because I know for a fact the 60th is going to be absolutely epic and spectacular. I know that. I was told that a couple of months ago. Yous are in for a ride of yous our lives. This is going to be something absolutely brilliant. And there are a load of surprises on the way too, right? If you think that Chibnall surprises are good, wait and you see the surprises that RTD has in store for you. And that's just the 60th. And that's just the 60th. Now we've heard rumours that Mel is coming back, might make a guest appearance and shoot his Doctor. Yeah, I'm telling you now, you are in for more surprises there too. This is going to be something totally epic. It's going to blow anything that Chibs has done with Doctor Who the last 5 years out of the water. His first episode, the first episode of RTD's era is going to explode, right? The anticipation for his era, for this 60th anyway, is off the charts, right? The Power of the Doctor was trending 2,700 and something tweets. RTD was trending over 50,000 fucking tweets. Tells you everything you need to know. This era is dead. People don't care. RTD is where all the excitement is, and the trends prove it. And you can actually check this up, because you can do a thing on Google where you can check the trends for Doctor Who, and it tells you exactly what's trending, who's trending, right? And anything got to do with Shooty or the RTD era is going through the charts. Anything got to do with this latest centenary special, the tweets are down. Nobody gives a crap. And it shows you a worldwide map as well, so you can get to see who's talking about it around the world also. Right? Cheryl, She-Shed, and Teddy. Oh.
Yeah, and look at the private chat. No.
Oh shit! Am I in trouble? Oh, yous are all okay. So Lee needs to go, and I've been told to shut up and read the chat. Okay, Lee. Jesus Christ, relax your tax, man. Jeez, you're as bad as the wife.
Oh,
you know, Daniel's saying I'm on a roll tonight. You're ruining me flow. What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to sync
What
your
are you trying
channel.
to do?
I'm your worst nightmare.
This
I'm
is a
beware your
resurrection.
friends.
This is a resurrection of Rose back. These kids thought they could actually dogpile me today and thought I was going to be all sad and upset. I'm reveling it. I can't wait for the next 11 days. Bring it on. I tell you, I needed this. I need you just to actually come after to remind me what I'm actually fighting for. You know? Because I have toned down a little bit because I wanted to leave you alone. You know? Because you weren't really picking on me, so I left you alone. But you want to pick on me now, so Yeah, bring it on. Bring it on. It's well, the fireworks have stopped. Yeah, you're right. And I'll bring him out now, love. Just give me a second. Don't be giving out to me. Right, I've already got Lee fucking giving me a lecture.
10 minutes, Cheryl. 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Yeah, everybody want to put that 10-minute fucking
We should.
Cheryl's fucking
We should
emoji.
have a timer.
That's what they're there for. Oh, by the way, because there's more members now, I'll be able to add a few more then, because Lee did do a few more that we weren't able to put up, so I'll be able to update them now and put a few more up.
I need to update those.
Yeah, I know. Listen,
Yeah.
listen, it's grand, right? Everything's been all out there.
Small.
It's all right, man. Everything's been a bit crap the last few weeks, and we understand. So, like, just it's all good. Don't pressure yourself. Whenever they're done, they're done.
No
Everybody is fine with them anyway. Everybody has a laugh with them anyway right now, the way they are. So don't worry. Calm down.
Cheryl is setting a timer, folks.
Right, you're setting the time. You don't need to, because I am actually going to go. But look, again, thanks for the support. Now, few announcements. As I said, me and Lee are gonna do a membership stream, weekly one. We haven't come up with the day. Yeah, the day yet. It'll either be a Thursday or Friday. The end of week piss take of weekly events. And Lee did make a good suggestion that we bring on a special guest each week. Now it'll be myself and Lee co-hosting. So it's
I guess we'll have a chance.
So
yeah, co-hosting as in I'll get a word in edgeways.
No, he will. Don't mind him, right? Because you don't realise, right? You just go back and watch old streams when Lee used to come on. Nobody get a word in edgeways with him, including me, and I'm the fucking host. Right, and then they all conspired together then, because I kept blinking out, and then they were calling it the Lee Zone. Mutiny, I tell you, mutiny. Anyway, all joking aside, myself and Lee will be doing that. We're going to take a piss take out of the week's events, whether it's the music industry, film industry, whatever's happening in Hollywood, stuff like that, and we'll come up with funny little games as well that we can play, stuff that we can do. It's going to be fun, right? The whole idea of this stream is to have fun. That'll be for members. So as soon as we sort all that out, we'll give you the date and it launches, and then the time, because people are saying to me for member streams especially, will you just give us a time? So we'll give you plenty of notice, right? So don't worry about that.
What part of battery running out do you not understand?
Okay. Well, Lee is going to go now because his battery's running. Well, you could go and get the fucking charger while I sign off.
So basically, the way to solve this is kicking Lee off so Noel can carry on talking.
See what happens.
8 minutes and counting. Look at this. These are all fucking. Well, yeah, wait and I get in there to you, woman. Yeah, we'll see who's getting the smart arse now. I'm going to lock you back in your cage. You're getting out of hand. She said that 1 week on a stream. I think it was last week or something. I'll go back into me cage. So I'm just saying it now. Get into your cage. I'll bring you in your bowl of food now in a minute. I'm getting the head clapped at me after this is over. Good night.
Right, you say.
Right. I'm going. Good night, folks. Have a good one. Say good night, panel.
Good night,
panel.
And we will see you tomorrow for that stream, the mental health stream. So come and join us for that. Thanks for tuning in. Good night, folks. Have a good one. Stay safe.
Bye.
Why not? Just to the end.